from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer. With boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners, wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection, and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
it is a brand new day, a brand new style. That means, you have the opportunity to do it all over again. If you've been doing it wrong, you have the opportunity to put it right. And if you've been doing it right, well, you have the opportunity to excel. So let me say a very special good morning to everybody tuning in, tuning on, logging on. How are you doing? Welcome everybody, welcome to New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio. We are the heartbeat of the Caribbean, taking you above and beyond. So good morning Trinidad, good morning to Tobago. Good morning to our neighbors in the Caribbean and our friends who are streaming all around the globe. Different time zones and time slots. Hey, good day to you people. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you very much for making us your choices. Just as we know you have choices. We're glad that we are one of them. Let me say much thanks to the Heavenly Father for bringing us together for another day, and everything that we do, dear God, let it be a blessing on to you. Sir Charles, that is me. Happy am I, as always, to be in this space with you. It's a good-looking Monday morning as we welcome everybody to your Get Up and Go. Good to have you here on The Breakfast Show.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The Breakfast Show is here. We bring in the soca way.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes turned on. From Morocco's Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Good vibes rolling through the air. The Breakfast Show, energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your doubles or your morning drink.
Good morning. Good morning. Open your eyes, feel the light. Everything's gonna be alright. Good morning. We're wishing you a colorful day. Let the sunshine guide you on your way. Smile a little, let your worries fade. Good morning. May your heart feel light and free. So much joy in everything you see. Good morning, yeah, a beautiful day. Good morning.
It's such a beautiful day. Good morning. Good morning, neighbors. Good morning, friends. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, good to have you here on The Breakfast Show. Remember, we are on New Era TT Radio. Let me say good morning to the Caribbean family. Thank you all for showing up. And of course, I want to say a very special good morning to my co-host, Richard, who's kind of a little iffy on a Monday, especially like today. And of course, Wendell, who's here with us very early. So, Wendell, good morning.
Morning, good morning, Sir Charles, good morning, Richard, morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. It's Monday morning in Trinidad and Tobago, as I'm sure it is in other parts of the globe. We're happy to be in the land of the living. I had a terrible weekend.
You had a terrible weekend.
Yeah, I got food poisoning.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it was stressful. Late into Saturday. No. Late into Saturday and for the entire day yesterday. I just was completely out. I haven't eaten in more than 24 hours.
Yeah, that's
afraid to eat anything again.
No, serious. It has really put you in that kind of way, and it doesn't know what to eat, but
yeah,
eat cricks.
Yeah, well, I think I have some biscuit here, but I'll probably go and find some cricks later on today. But it was bad. It was really bad that happened to me yesterday. So all I could do was watch the football and watch cricket. Of course, West Indies won that test match. That brought some joy to me yesterday. I didn't expect them to actually demolish Sri Lanka so early. So I kind of almost switched on too late. I almost missed the match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we bowled them down for just over 100 runs. after making 600 and something, I mean, on the same pitch,
Wow.
West Indies fast bowlers really did well. So congratulations to Ross Sanchez. This is his first victory, I think, as a Test captain. Of course, he batted well too. He and Amir Jangu, But
That's a major
yeah,
achievement.
yeah, we had some serious records were broken in this particular Test match um, by Amir Jangu and by West Indies on the whole. So congratulations to them. And of course, yesterday, Canada beat South Africa. So it's now the knockout stage.
Yeah.
So Canada has knocked out South Africa already. There goes one of the African teams.
I heard that was a real thrilling match, man.
It was.
Dying stages.
Yeah.
They got that goal.
Just when you think they had settled for extra time, Canada scored.
Boy, I think that's the hardest kind of loss, boy.
Yeah.
It's no fight back or no time to fight back.
Nah, it's do or die now, It's tears of joy and tears of sorrow you're going to see now.
Oh, yes.
For 16 matches, there's going to be tears of joy and tears of sorrow. Trust me.
Yeah, that stage now is either you win and stay or you lose and go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it is a very interesting stage going now from here on into the World Cup, into the other semi-quarterfinals. All the things going to be going on. So from here on in, man, if you've been missing out on the matches, now is when you really need to focus.
Yeah. As I say, tears of joy, tears of sorrow. 16 teams going to be crying and 16 teams going to be ecstatic.
Well, look at this way, all the way down the road, somebody going and cry from here on in.
Yeah. Yes.
Any which way you take it, somebody going and cry from here on in.
Yeah.
So, and we're gonna see some new stars emerge, and we're going to see some giants fall.
Yes, we are. The biggest giant I want to see fall is Argentina.
I try. Don't start that as anymore.
I want them get one cocktail. Them and USA.
Don't start that, man.
Everybody else can win, but you see Argentina and USA, I want them to lose earlier.
Well, I know today it's going to be a real nerve-wracking game because today we have what? Brazil going up against Japan.
That could go either way too, Because Japan really playing some good football,
That is going to be a thrill. I know most Trinidad going to be at the edge of their seats. They're watching that game, and that game I think playing early today at 10 o'clock or something. Right?
Yeah, I think the first game is at 1.
I have the time here just now.
Is it 1? You see, they're putting up times that don't always suit where we are in the world. Some people posting them, but they don't really suit where we are in the world. I think the first match is 1 o'clock.
I had it here some, but yeah. So, but at least the Germany game is at 1 o'clock. So Brazil going up against Japan at 10 a.m. this morning. That's the time that they get me here.
10 a.m.
Yeah. And then
Germany. We have any game at 10 showing here in Trinidad?
Well, that's the time when I seen here Trinidad and Tobago time.
Okay.
So I don't know. But then we have Germany going up against Paraguay at 1:30 p.m. And then the other big game, which is our next line, the Netherlands is going up against Morocco at 5 p.m.
Yeah, that would be a good game.
Morocco has been having a fantastic run so far too.
Yeah. Remember last World Cup, they also had a good run,
Yeah. It's amazing. Right. It's amazing to see how some of those teams have just become powerhouses very quietly in the football arena.
Well, this is definitely a World Cup of goalkeepers. The goalkeepers have been absolutely fantastic in this World Cup. For all the teams almost, the goalkeepers have been very good. They've brought out some fantastic saves.
Wow. Yeah.
Let me say happy birthday to a couple of people now. Aldon Williams, I think he listens to us in the morning. So Charles, look, David, where's it saying the first game is 1 p.m.? That's my memory. I think that 10 p.m. might be a different time zone.
Yeah.
10 a.m. might be a different time zone.
Okay. Thanks very much, David. But
Yeah, the game we getting is at 1 p.m.
And that is the Brazil game.
I think so.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so happy birthday, Alden Williams, Mandisa Smith, Marvin Surratt, Carleen George, Oronde Timothy was yesterday. I know Oronde listens to us. And today's also the birthday of Alistair Hart, Sonny San Fernando.
Hey, Sonny San Fernando.
Birthday today. Happy birthday, Alistair. I hope all of you all have a fantastic day. You know, I am. Let me see if I get some messages here. I get a message from the football guru. Right. So Brazil, Japan is at 1 o'clock. Germany, Paraguay is at 4:30. And Netherlands, Morocco is at 9 p.m. So those are the 3 games we get in today.
Okay.
Right? Brazil, Japan at 1. That's a good time to be on the highway when nobody else on the road.
Everybody, trust me, today
by some bar
only finding that TV today. Yeah. Lunchtime by most of those eating places and bars gonna be real on the ball today.
Yeah. Alistair, Maureen Dilchan Maraj, I now reading her messages. I don't know if you know her, but she also sent me a message to tell you happy birthday. Morning, Maureen. Yeah, but Alistair's a Facebook friend of mine too, so I know I would have gotten it. Right? And who else is saying good morning here? Charmaine is also saying good morning, and Anthony Joseph sent me the pic. Right. So that's it. Those are my morning greetings, Charles.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, that is really fantastic. You know, happy birthday to all those celebrating. Have a really great one. Well, over the weekend, yesterday we heard of the passing of Oscar B. And,
yes, the day of his fundraiser.
Yeah. You know, I remember Oscar. I mean, you know, most of our entertainers are really, you know, good-spirited individuals. You know, when they come across somebody like that, always, you know, smiling, always willing to help, to give you little tips on certain things. So condolences to the family and friends and all those who knew Oscar in the entertainment world. Big name with Byron and the Dragonaires. I mean, those guys would have gone so many different places went there because of their
very
music.
versatile. Very versatile.
Oh my, well, Oscar, it is sad. I know, you know, probably last month or two he got sick and he's just been battling there. But I didn't know after his last bout that he did not bounce back really. Like he was just, you know, in a particular way. But it was sad to hear of his passing yesterday, and I know a lot of people would have been feeling that same way. So thank you very much for the music, Oscar.
Yeah, he sang everything, eh?
Oh yeah.
He sang everything, and he was
a complete
Yeah. I was reading a nice tribute to him yesterday where they said he had done his set and was leaving, but the person who was supposed to come into the other set didn't come as yet, and he went back on stage. You know?
Yeah.
They said that was the type of person he was. He wouldn't leave the promoter hanging, you know?
No, clearly he's one of those persons that loved what he was doing as an entertainer, and I think that is the how you just really tell them the hallmark of a good entertainer is where and how they're doing their thing. And some individuals that Oscar is one, Tony Prescott is another one that I've seen, who will go to a small gathering, 10 people, 5 people, 3 people sitting on my table and perform like it's the biggest carnival, you know. Hold back nothing, you know. Hold back nothing, Wendell. I mean, it always amazes me when I see the entertainers do that sort of thing. I admire them for that. You know, they just transform themselves.
They get into the groove pretty quick.
Oh yeah,
regardless of who's sitting in front of them.
Yeah, but you know, they don't see 2 and 3 people when they're outside there, regardless to what it is. 2 or 3,000 or 30,000 is the same energy. They just love what they are doing, and I really commend them for that.
You know what I want to say before I forget? I've said it already and I've seen it again, because it's something. We have a chronic problem with people driving on the right side of the highways and they're not overtaking anybody. I swear, Sir Charles, without any shred of data, but my observations, a lot of the accidents are being caused by people driving in the right lane and they're not overtaking anybody. They don't have an imminent right turn to make. They just steer in the right lane, going merrily along the way and without a care of anybody, nobody in front of them for miles. And so it don't trigger in their head when somebody passing them on the left, or like somebody behind them and had to come out to the left and pass, that you're in the wrong lane. Oh, for crying out loud. I'm fed up seeing accidents being caused by people who trying to go around people now. That is what is going on.
Yeah, people. We have to really make it a practice to pull back in the lane. If you're not overtaking, pull back in the lane and let the traffic flow.
Yes. Come, move out of the right lane. Do so safely, but move out of the right lane. Unless you have an imminent right turn to make, like you're approaching your right turn right there.
Yeah, if you're coming up and you're going to make a right turn.
And put on an indicator to tell the people behind you, you are in the process of making a right turn very soon. At least do that. But people are trying to get around people in the right lane now, and that's causing a lot of the accidents. It is tiring.
Yeah, so definitely that may be part of the thing too. But the other part of the thing is that we have some people unnecessary speeding who are coming up and trying to squeeze themselves through spaces and stuff and losing control of vehicles and things.
Yes. But Sir Charles, guess what? If the right lane clear, then they ain't gonna be making. They could be speeding how much they want, but if the right lane clear, they could speed down the right lane.
Yeah, but they're coming.
But what happened is that they're speeding in the middle and the left, trying to get around people. That is what they're doing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that I've seen it also where sometimes, so if somebody's in the center lane and they decide to come out to pass a few vehicles going forward, sometimes that person coming down behind is going so fast, and they have to move off of that lane, while you might be legitimately passing somebody. So some speed kills. That's the bottom line,
Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm not endorsing the speeding, but at the same time, you need to move out of the right lane if you're not overtaking or you don't have an imminent right turn to make. You need to get out of the right lane, safely do so, overtake whoever you have to overtake, and then go back into the middle or left lane. If people practice doing that, so Charles, is a practice,
A lot
but
of
people
it.
I seen, and for people at one point in time, I thought it was mostly women doing it. But guess what? Is everybody doing it now? Young, old, male, female, it's a chronic problem now on the highways. It is chronic. Trust me.
Yeah, I don't know, and maybe we have to find some way to constantly remind people. I don't know, maybe all the persons with their driver's license and stuff should be in a database, and maybe Ministry of Transport should be sending them constant updates, as to things you should and should not do on the road. That probably might help.
Well, they put up signs, but the signs, as I told the person, to me, the signs on the left lane, the signs on the far left, that's not where the problem is. The problem is the people in the middle, in the right lane.
And some people
just don't move, some of them.
Yeah, and some people are not reading signs. Some people only reading signs when they're ready looking for something, Other than that, they're going about their merry business,
It is a pet peeve. It is not a pet peeve. Now, it's a major situation that I've raised on this radio before. Even Amjad Ali asks me to continue to raise it every now and then because he sees that problem and he's coming from the west, I'm coming from the east. So it's all over. It's a chronic problem all over.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Anyhow, let me do good news and let me do good news, and then we come back and say hi to the people in the chat. Right?
These two had an unlikely interaction on the side of the road that would lead to the most shocking chain of events ever. And you'll never guess how this story ends. So this all went down in Georgia. Chris Wright was driving his family to church one rainy Sunday morning, and on the way he sees this woman walking on the side of the road. Gets to church, tells his wife, something's telling me to go back and see if that woman's okay. So he drops his family off, goes back, finds the woman, and here's where things take a turn. He pulled up to her, asked her if he could help. She said, I ran out of gas. I'm trying to get to this gas station, which is miles down the road. He says, hop in, I'll give you a ride. On the way there, he finds out that the woman's down on her luck. She doesn't have much money. She's trying to figure out how to take care of her child, and she's just in a very rough spot in life. They get to the gas station. He pays for her gas, fills the gas can up, takes her back to her car, puts the gas in her car, and then opens his wallet and gives her everything inside, which was $40. She thanks him, gives him a big hug. They go their separate ways. 3 years later, Chris's mom, Judy, was diagnosed with a life-threatening illness, and the hospital said that she could go home, but she would need 24-hour care. So they hired a service. Someone was supposed to show up, but that person canceled, so they sent a replacement. This replacement showed up to take care of Judy, and Judy fell in love with this woman, kept ranting and raving to her family about how good this woman made her feel. So Chris stops by to visit his mom and meet the new caretaker. The woman's name is Tundi Hector. Tundi and Chris are having a conversation, and Tundi asked Chris where he goes to church. Chris told her, and she said, you know what? I met someone from that church a few years back, and they actually helped me when I was on the side of the road. And Chris says to Tundi, that was me. Both of them were absolutely shocked. They couldn't believe that life brought them back together. Chris's mom, Judy's health took a turn for the worse, and she ended up passing away on Tundi's birthday. Chris and his family wanted to do something for Tundi, so they started a fundraiser and raised nearly $40,000 for Tundi to go to nursing school. Wow. This is a dope story to me.
Yep.
You
Things
find
like
that
that
story?
actually do happen.
You find that story, but
I think Richard sent me that story, if I mistake.
yeah, it have Richard. It has Richard touch all of it.
Yeah, Richard has followed this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, good morning, folks. Let me greet some folks in the chat. Richard is not here. Well, you know, he had played for the entire weekend, so he may not be here. He didn't send a message, but he may not be here. Or if he's coming, he's probably coming in second hour. Anyway. Odell Guy says, good morning. Odell Guy came in first. So does Suzanne Jessup, Suzanne, Suzette, Corinne, Miss Gemma, Maria H, and Maria S. Lots of messages from Suzanne. Beefy Smith says, good morning. Ava Smith says, bless rising. Kenny in Harlem, Margaret Thomas, Erica Charles, Eunice Dublin, Kurt Hope in Nashville, Tennessee, Pamela O'Connor, Marcia Rock out there in Orlando, Arlene Lewis, Manuela Peters, Michael Eastman, Michael Cadet. Yeah, plenty Michaels on this chat.
Yeah.
You know Michael Oliver too, eh? Empress Reyes Lal, Carol Guevara, Norris Ferguson, Marlon Motley, Sis Super, Katian Charles, sending special morning to Arlene and Stephen, Boy Bidesi from Debe, Joyce Phillip, Carla Hercules, Alistair Hart, who is celebrating his birthday today. Good morning, guys. Same script from the 2011 SV. Oh Lord, this time it's not a bunch of Muslims, is actually people of the Syrian Lebanese. Alistair? Because back then it was a bunch of Muslims, remember? Nadia Stevens says, good morning. Debbie Modest, Garvin Frank, Victor Phillip on this rainy morning. Where is it raining, Victor? Alistair Hart, condolences to friends and family of Oscar B. Empress Reyes Lal, Doreen Pierce says, good morning, breakfast crew. And listeners, please help me to wish my firstborn granddaughter, Sane Hannah, a happy 18th birthday. Oh, she's an adult today.
Yeah,
happy birthday, Sane, from your granny, Doreen Pierce, and from us on the breakfast show. Robert Taylor from Fernandina Beach, Claire Lendor Rollins, Carol is saying rest in peace. Maureen Dilchan Maharaj is also saying good morning. Diane Payne, Stephanie Santana, Andrea John, Kurt Edwards. There you going, Kurt. You're back in TNT. Melissa from Charfle, Mrs. R. Sankofa, Empress Reslal. Where's the soup? And my blazer is right behind me here. So I just didn't feel like putting it. Yes, I got food poisoning from, believe it or not. I tend to go and buy those
street food?
Huh?
Street food?
No, not street food actually. I bought it in a grocery. And I think the mistake I made is that my son is a cleanup artist. My son will eat that whole house if he got a chance. So I would have left it out thinking he would have eaten it, and he didn't. And then I put it back in the fridge, and then I air fried it, and I had it, thinking it was okay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And boy, oh boy,
yeah,
I learned a hard lesson. I sat most of the day yesterday. Figure that one out. Valerie Mendoza.
It's not hard thinking, don't worry.
Susie B, David McCarthy, Melchizedek, happy birthday to Mukesh. Carol is sending blessings. Sankofa say, oh dear Wendell, hope you're feeling. I'm feeling better, but I'll not be 100% until maybe I eat, but I'm afraid to eat.
Yeah. That is the day, and by tomorrow you'll start to feel a little way. Yeah, so like by Wednesday, good people.
Yeah. He's saying try Mountain Benedict's yogurt. Mountain Benedict have a yogurt on their own? Okay. Didn't know that. Trinidad Margot, good morning. Wendy and James, Brazil game is 1 p.m. Yeah, we corrected that. Thanks. Bernadette and Nelissa Yates. David Ware is also saying the first game is 1 p.m. Class is permanent, form is temporary. Shoma Paul. That's right. Wendy and giving us the schedule. David McCarthy, the Cape Verde goalkeeper, is going to be tested for performance. You think? Why? Because there's a 40-year-old man, he's diving all over that place. I don't know. I doubt he's taking any enhancement. Prabha Ramdial, good morning. The play last night was good for a second time around. David Ware said, I think school is closed. Is it? School closed already? No, not yet.
Not officially as yet.
Yeah. Slick Money Grip says, good morning, Ann Noel. Sankofa, you're aging yourself here, or your brother. My eldest brother played traps for Byron Lee. Who just said the word traps again? Traps. Traps.
Yeah, traps.
You don't use that again, Sankofa.
Yeah. That just as bad as Tomagene.
Yeah. Or a grip. You're traveling abroad and you had to carry a grip. Oh Lord. Ron DeSantis Jr., good morning. Michael Robinson from Yokohama, Japan. Mrs. R is talking about. All right, these are the conversations about the driving on the right. David Ware said, I spoke with a woman about her driving on the right lane. She told me her reason was the right lane has less potholes. I wouldn't doubt that that's why some people drive there, you know.
Oh Lord.
I wouldn't know that. Dean Allen also, Trini gets fit morning. Dean Allen also say, hi everyone. I saw a police car blow their horn for a car in the right lane to move. The police car passed. The car went right back into the right lane. That too, I'm not surprised. Mrs. R says she only see elderly now. It's everybody now. At one time I used to say it's old men and women. All women and old men. Now it's everybody. It's everybody. Young people I'm seeing doing it. And sometimes they're on the phone. They have the phone in front of them. My God. Kim Govaya, good morning, Wendell, and your wonderful host. Wendell, you are absolutely right. I hate these drivers. Keep left except when overtaken. Kim Gova is also just some repeats here. Cheryl Marad says, good morning, all. Wendell's, Sir Charles and Richard. Red fire, peace to the gods. Victor Philip lives in Chagona. Oh, you have rain in Chagonas. Michael Robinson says, I have to wake up at 2 a.m. to watch the game. Go Japan. We're going to beat Brazil.
Yes.
That's 2 a.m. tomorrow. Thing. It wasn't. That'll be 2 a.m. tomorrow. Because it's what?
Yeah.
8 p.m. by you know.
Right.
The 8th of July, school is closed in David. Robert Allen says, Happy New Week and month in one. Have a blessed day. Carrie Pitt, that's a new name. Alistair Hart, 10th of July, school is, they gave you different dates.
Yeah, I think it's the 10th.
Apollonius, good morning to you guys. And Dean Allen say, hi, Wendell. Eat nuts, cashews, almonds. Well, I'll tell you something. I eat a pack of cashew nuts almost every single day. So that is a given. So, but thanks for the advice, guys. But I haven't gotten food poisoning in a long time. I haven't had this feeling in a long time. It's
Well, look at it this way. Look at the positive. Your system will get a clean out.
Well, boy, clean out is an understatement. I think I lost about 5 pounds. Those are the greetings on the chat.
Let me say good morning to Fifi out there in Addis Ababa. She was in very early this morning. Also to Kent in Laventel. CJ out there in New York. Have a great day, CJ. Captain Ron in Orlando. Chris Toussaint, good day to you. Have a fantastic day. Peter Wilson, St. James people. Zena in Arima. Then we have Rena Budu Jennings. You're up very early. Thanks for being here. Frank in Aruka, Brenda in Penal. We have Mahi, who is also in Addis Ababa. So
I thought you were going to say Mahi, who's also in Penal.
It's just in Penal, you know what's going on.
I said I should come down.
And yeah, Archbishop Ashton Clark, good day to you. Mr. Billy, good morning to you. I think I said that already. Message jump back away. Terry Ann Peters, good morning to you. And of course, let me say good morning to Pauline and all the people joining us on Gaia Caribbean TV. So we're going for that break, and when we come back, we'll see what is trending in the newspapers. I don't know when you can't put up all yet.
You know, I did yesterday, and then I didn't.
All right, then we are looking at. All right,
we'll poll the issue of the PDOs. Remember, I told you all on Friday. Preventive PDO is gonna be issued. I told you all that, and so said, so done. Because the lawyers that they're making Skylark, and the fact that a judge had asked the police to give reason by a certain date, a certain time, you knew that they were going the way of PDOs, right?
Yeah. All right, well, we're going for that break, and we will be back. People, we're getting ready to go cruising. Make sure you get your tickets because we want you to come and hang out with us, all right? Yeah.
All aboard!
Calling all you NETT Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on NETT Radio, Halloween, Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August. Boarding at 7 p.m. from Hard Cuts Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite NETT DJs. Sir Charles, CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early
them who's
bird
a big
tickets
dancer.
are just $200 after $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Crep, Fats International in Arima, K Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall and Eastgate Small, and all NETT DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. NETT Radio, Halloween, Cooler Crew, Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Halloween, on the scene. S&H Rum Box, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rum Box, drinking out of the box.
Get ready.
The road to football's biggest stage starts right here on NETT Radio and Gael TV. Join us for Inside the Net, the road to FIFA World Cup 2026 Insights. Every weekday, take a journey through World Cup history, legendary players, unforgettable goals, football's greatest nations, rising stars, iconic stadiums, and the stories behind the beautiful game. From Brazil to Argentina, Germany to France, and every nation chasing football glory. Join us daily at 7:55 a.m. and 11:55 a.m. Don't just watch the World Cup, live the passion. Inside the Net, road to FIFA World Cup 2026 Insights.
What do we all want for Trinidad and Tobago? Safer communities, greater opportunities, and a better future. Join Denise Deming every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio for Common Ground TNT. Each week, respected guests tackle the issues affecting our nation, from crime and education to healthcare, the economy, and good governance. Common Ground TNT, finding solutions through conversation. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio, NETT Radio.
Are you a business owner? Well, take advantage of NETT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV Christmas in July advertising special. Throughout the month of July, enjoy 33% off all advertising packages. Whether you are micro, small, medium, or large business, now is the perfect time to put your product and service in front of the people who matter. Reach your audience through radio, television, and social media, all at 33% off. Don't miss this limited Christmas in July offer. Call us today at 281-1315 or 299-5156 and let NETT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV help you grow your business. But hurry, this special offer ends July 31st. It's Christmas in July on NETT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV.
All right, we are back. And we could go straight into the news headlines today. I sent you a poll, right, Sir Charles?
Yeah, now generated.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We're going to try to play that clip that I sent you last night, too, right?
Which one?
You want with Rhoda?
Oh, that long one?
Well,
after the news?
Well, it's relative to the poll, too, you know? But yeah, we can do it after news. Teen's fatal ride, 15-year-old Idris Hussain. Wait, he was 15? The young man on the motorbike? Is that true?
That is the teen from who died in the accident.
Yeah, he was 15?
Somewhere around there. So, yeah, because they say he was a Form 3 or Form 4 student or something like that.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. 15? My goodness. Oh, so sad. After 8 years, no sign of Sade. That's another trending story. West Indies demolished Sri Lanka in 4 days. Roach joins Elite 300 club. Jareem 6th in season's best, 44.53. 6th. Wow. Those are all trending stories. 15-year-old Idris Hussain was described as a brilliant young leader, an exceptional student, and a promising scholar whose future was filled with promise before his life was cut short in a tragic crash along the Churchill-Roosevelt Highway on Saturday. That is so sad. Woman 75 killed in bed. Shootings near commercial areas fuels business anxiety, and suspended police constable arrested. I don't know what that story is about. Police arrested a suspended police constable in connection with allegations of kidnapping and sexual offenses against a 20-year-old victim. All right, that's all right. So those are the trending stories in today's Express online.
Wow, lots and lots of stories. Right? Let me see what's happening in the Guardian this morning. We have Alexander defends Hadid's arrest. Says police acted on intelligence to block perceived assassination plot against PM. State officials urges public to respect rule of law. All right, and that's just one of the main stories here. Let me see if I can get through some of the other things that are popping up on this online newspaper. Right. Mixed views from former top cops on Hadid's detention. Hadid's arrest shine light on emergency powers, constitutional safeguards. Judge to hear TTPS argument today. Brenner on a proposed THA hiring freeze. TPP, as in the Tobago People Party, I suppose, not afraid of tough decisions. Culture fraternity mourns death of Oscar B. And of course, you're telling me about that earlier on this morning. 37 TNT nationals evacuated from Venezuela. And Marshall voice shine at 28th St. Kitts Music Festival. And one other story I'm seeing here, I couldn't help but read this one. It's coming up. PNM holds special meeting on internal election, but party members calls for postponement amid discrepancies. I don't know what that is about. Wendell, you might know what about that.
I don't have a clue what that's about that.
I find you real distant from the PNM business these days.
I distance from everybody and everything. Trust me. Especially the politics.
Come on, man, you're going to be a main man in the politics just now again, you know.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, if the party had to get back into power, they're calling you.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I ain't doing no more work. I work enough. I just call me and tell me, hey, take this position. Strap that chain around your neck, run this corporation for me. That's what you have to do me now. I don't want to work at all.
Yeah. Oh my word.
Don't ask me to do any more work and champion the cause and up and down the country
and all that kind of thing.
And praise a set of people who just ain't worth the praise and who passing it straight the next day. I'm tired of that. I ain't doing that again. A set of hypocrites and deceitful people. I ain't doing that again.
All right, okay. All right, let's get into your Did You Know segment here. And of course, the good news wasn't Richard that sent me. It was actually Zena. So that's reminded me, Zena, sometimes all these things come from so far. She said, don't get Richard my praise. Yeah, everybody else, but don't get Richard. All right. Thank you very much, Zena. Anyhow, did you know it's straight ahead, people?
Did you know the only successful slave revolution in modern history happened right here in the Caribbean? And it changed the course of global power forever? What took place in Haiti was more than rebellion. It was a revolution that forced the world to confront the idea that enslaved people could defeat empires. In the late 1700s, the French colony of Saint-Domingue, now Haiti, was the wealthiest colony in the Caribbean. Its sugar and coffee industries generated enormous profits for France. But that wealth came at a brutal cost, built on the forced labor of hundreds of thousands of enslaved Africans. In 1791, those enslaved men and women organized a massive uprising. What began as resistance soon became a full-scale revolution. One of its most influential leaders was Toussaint Louverture, a formerly enslaved man who became a brilliant military strategist. Under his leadership, the revolutionaries defeated French, Spanish, and British forces in a struggle that lasted over a decade. In 1804, Haiti declared independence, becoming the first black republic in the modern world, and the first nation born from a successful slave revolt. The impact rippled across the Caribbean. Plantation societies trembled, colonial governments tightened control, and conversations about slavery, freedom, and human rights shifted permanently. The revolution also influenced global politics. It contributed to France's decision to sell the Louisiana Territory and reshaped power in the Americas. For Caribbean people, Haiti became proof that freedom was not just an idea, it was achievable. More than 2 centuries later, the Haitian Revolution remains one of the boldest declarations of human dignity in history. It reminds us that the Caribbean has never been a passive region. It has shaped global change. If you didn't know, now you know. For more great content, listen to New Era TT Radio and follow us on social media. Leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you.
Okay.
I see he still had an eye line. If you didn't know, now you know.
Yeah, you didn't know, now you would know.
Yeah.
All right, people, now we can open the lines to take your calls if you'd like to get in on the show. If you have, you'd like to share your thoughts on what we've been chatting about so far.
Yeah.
You can get in now. So give us a call, 281-1315 or 299-5156. So we can entertain a couple of your calls. And in a short, we will give you the morning poll.
Yeah, because of course the main story that has been trending in Trinidad and Tobago is the arrest of Dominic Hadid and his wife, and I think another member of the Syrian Lebanese community, with allegations of conspiracy to murder. And I mean, I just have to draw your memory back to when the Attorney General went to the Parliament sometime last year and said that they had got intelligence that a rocket launcher was about to level the Parliament building. Not so, Sir Charles?
I've had some reservations about that statement, but
yeah, we all had.
Not that I believe the statement. I think that statement was just said in a kind of a way that I didn't take it seriously. I don't know if it was meant to be taken seriously, but it was said.
Yeah, he went to the Parliament and said that.
Yeah.
That a rocket launcher would have leveled this place. And of course, he even recently raised the issue of death threats again. And police had come out and said they knew nothing about it. Do you remember that? The police issued a statement and said they knew nothing about any death threats, further death threats. That's recent. So what the hell is going on in Trinidad and Tobago, people? Conspiracy to murder, that means, and this is my layman's knowledge of it, that you were in some environment and say, you're going and kill this person, or I want you to kill this person. You contracted somebody to kill somebody, you know so? You ain't actually doing the killing yourself.
No.
Right? But you're contracting somebody to kill somebody.
Yeah,
that is a serious allegation.
Of course, it's a serious allegation, and that is why they seize your devices and things like that.
Yeah,
because you would have to communicate with somebody.
But they were warned. That is my issue with that too. They were warned. So if on my device, anyway,
no, you can't get rid of it, Wendell. Trust me, you could delete stuff on the surface in your phone, but
I know that. But you could get rid of the device itself and fling it in the ocean or the lagoon.
Well, yeah, if you want to do that, but if you have but remember, people have devices linked, and that sort of thing. So that's why sometimes it's hard to get rid of certain things because.
Well, did you see the list of items this is? It's long, You see how much phones?
Yeah.
And devices.
But in a situation or a place and places like that when people have phone like they have cologne, a lot. Anyhow, let's take this call. Caller, good morning to you.
Good morning. Nice program as usual. And I want to just say to Charles, that was a very good piece you sent out there. And I don't know if it's good morning session. I don't know if it's news session or what.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to touch the family because we hear something about that story about going to church. That was a very nice piece there, right? I just want to put that out. And my substantive this morning is Oscar B. Yes, Oscar B.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar B is someone who made an indelible mark in the entertainment world. I met them personally in CCC when I was there, and we had a function for the young people. He came and performed and thing, and that was my one-on-one interaction with him. And he's someone who always, give his best. And as you rightfully said too, he enjoyed what he was doing. He enjoyed it what he was doing. As a result of that, he was dearly missed. I just want to say condolences to his family and all his loved ones. It was a very painful lady he passed. He was the family was hospitalized at the Gandhi Hospital for the last 2 or 3 weeks. It was well tough. So all the best, and God continue to bless the family and give them strength to weather this storm. All the best. Thank you.
All right, thanks very much.
Thanks, Mr. Busy.
Fitting tribute this morning for Oscar, man. Yeah. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Charles.
Hey, Mr. Grant.
Like that woman have Richard Kayab still, but he can't get out.
Yes, and to recover from your licks.
Yeah, you remember that licks again? I saw it for years. He will be a removed. Anyhow, I come here to talk about, because I feel I'm talking about government. Because we in the country, as I say, the people have set up, they fix up the business, the site up thing according to Wendell, the launcher, the crime, and the people who in authority to ask these people to think is not asking them to show the proof. Anyhow, concerning Oscar B, I had the privilege of being around Oscar B for about 6 to 7, 8 years in Barranley, down in Stimleon. Right? And because I used to have my box tire on the truck before they start having inclusive. Well, then you know I talk about because inclusive in the ban and thing. I had the contract with Stimleon. I used to have 2 big bars in the band for Carnival money right down to Tuesday night. I used to leave all my stock by shit down in the mass camp. And Oscar will have real jolly fella because he would come down by the box, take it in, and they went up the truck there. And then when my boy come, Junior Baran started to sing with Baran. And you know when so Charles, Baran is the man who changed the music in Trinidad, eh? That's why. You see them big trucks, he's the first man bring Delco and them in the back in Trinidad, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, he the man bring them thing. I used to like sleep on the truck there with them. Yeah, man. So to Oscar B family, all the best and go strong because I hear your wife taking sick right after too, you know?
Yeah, she was hospitalized.
Yeah, because I think last year he had to do a performance at this boy that them saying either he or the next fella where his wife died at in the stand-up tent. Right? And he said she wasn't feeling so well, but he came and do a performance and thing. Right. Anyhow, all the best.
Okay, no problem.
Thanks, Mr. Grant.
Yeah, thanks very much, Mr. Grant. Yeah.
I might just greet some new names I see on the chat. Say Charles Bridget Buchanan is not new, but I saw a couple new names. Feline Fusion, that's a new name. Good morning, Feline Fusion. There was also Cheryl Ann Taylor, and of course, good morning to our regulars, Dave Gusain, Subash, Garfield Hazel. They all joined us in the chat during that time. Cheryl Henry also joined us. And LG is a 15-year-old legally allowed to use? No, not as far as I'm aware. So that I was shocked. I only read in this morning he was a 15-year-old boy.
Yeah, well, they say he took the bicycle, you know.
He took it, I mean.
The father was not aware that he took the bicycle.
Oh.
So he took the bicycle and he went out. I don't know if he may not have been home or he might have been sleeping. But apparently the youth man took the bicycle and went out on the road with it.
You
know?
Yeah. That's a sad story. Anyway, our poll is up, people. Are you surprised at the PDOs issued to the Hadids on the allegation of conspiracy to murder? Now, as I say, that's a serious allegation heading the way of the Hadids. You understand? As I say, the last time Al-Astad reminded that it was a bunch, I think, a group of Muslims, and they had locked all of them up. That was in 2011. You understand? Who said they wanted to kill the Prime Minister. And now it's the Hadiths. You understand? Because we have to assume that the two are linked. This issue of conspiracy to murder is linked to the fact that they said that there was a conspiracy to kill the Prime Minister and the Attorney General. You remember that? That was public. Right? So much so that the police denied that they knew anything about it. That happened just a few months ago. And now here we are with this conspiracy to murder. And I heard when I listened to Rhoda, because we're going to play it right after the 7 o'clock news, that the person who they're dependent on might actually be mentally challenged. When we go in Trinidad and Tobago, why are we doing this ourselves? What are we really doing to this country called Trinidad and Tobago? Or they want to make it hopeless like how I just say it is. Or they want to prove me right. I prefer if all they prove me wrong, you know. I would much prefer if all they prove me wrong.
Well, the police have to act on intelligence and information. So
police and intelligence shouldn't mean the same sentence. Look, if I was close there now, I hit your Zobel.
And I heard that the police say that they have a high-profile specialty unit working on this situation.
Yeah, what else do you expect them to say?
I mean, you understand? So, intelligence and information.
If they went the way, Sir Charles, of a warrant, they went the way of a warrant in the middle of a state of emergency.
Mm-hmm.
They went the way of a warrant coming from the Supreme Court, right? The High Court. They went the way of a warrant. And they searched the place, they seized all the devices, they detained the Hadith.
Right.
Why switch to a PDO if you're so sure?
But remember, I suppose with what they had, it would have had a particular lifespan. So you have a particular time if you are going to bring charges against these people, and if you don't have those things organized by a particular time, but then you have to go the way of the PDO, so you can hold people along. Yeah, so you can hold people longer while you continue to look for information and evidence and formalize your case and stuff. You know, so I suppose that's why they went the way of the PDO, because all that they wanted they did not have within the timeline that was probably given with the warrants that they had before. Yeah. Anyhow, we are going for the news at 2 minutes past 7 o'clock, and we will be back. So the poll is up. Read the poll for them again now, Wendell, before we go. Wendell? Wendell's up there. Okay. Let me read the poll for you guys before we go. All right. So the poll is: are you surprised at the PDOs issued at the Hadiths on the allegations of conspiracy to murder? So you're voting 1 if you're voting yes, and you're voting 2 if you are voting no. When we're coming back, we tell you how you voted after the news.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now on NETT Radio and Guile TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Businessman Dominic Hadid, his wife Genevieve Hadid, and relative Star Sabga are being detained under the state of emergency after the government accused them of involvement in an alleged conspiracy to assassinate senior government officials. Preventive detention orders, signed by Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander, claim intelligence links the three to a plot to destabilize the country through violence. The orders also allege that Genevieve Hadid called for the death of Prime Minister Kamla Persad Bissessar, while Dominic Hadid and Sabga allegedly made statements advocating violence against government members. The trio have not been charged with any criminal offense, and the allegations have not been tested in court. The detention of businessman Dominic Hadid, his wife Genevieve Hadid, and relative Star Sabga has sparked debate over its possible impact on investor confidence in Trinidad and Tobago. Economist Patrick Watson says, if evidence exists, those responsible should be charged swiftly, but believes investors are more concerned about violent crime and the ease of doing business than allegations involving white-collar crime. Former Finance Minister Mariano Brown, however, questioned the timing of the arrests and warned they could cause reputational damage. Security expert Professor Evalaw Griffith says one high-profile investigation is unlikely to affect the country's international reputation unless similar cases become a pattern. The United Nations estimates Venezuela's devastating twin earthquakes have caused about $6.7 billion in direct physical damage, or roughly 6% of the country's economy. The UN Development Program says 1.7 million structures were affected, with 8.6 million people exposed to the powerful tremors. The official death toll has climbed to 920, with rescue efforts continuing. The agency says total losses could be up to 3 times the direct damage once infrastructure and economic disruption are fully assessed. Meanwhile, the CAF Development Bank has launched a Venezuela Recovery and Reconstruction Fund, providing an initial $1.3 million and appealing for international support to help rebuild homes, restore essential services, and strengthen the country's resilience. A section of Trinidad's southwestern coastline has been pushed nearly 20 feet upward following last week's powerful earthquakes in Venezuela. The dramatic uplift along the Galfa coastline in Cedros left hundreds of fish, crabs, clams, and stingrays stranded and dead after the seabed suddenly rose above the water. Geologist Xavier Moonen says the phenomenon was likely caused by a reactivated landslide, or slump, triggered by the earthquakes. He says the rapid movement lifted the beach and seabed within seconds, trapping marine life before it could escape. Moonen says similar ground movement occurred after Trinidad's 2018 earthquake and is urging the public to exercise caution in the affected area. Hundreds of residents in Corinth Hills, St. Madeleine, were left without electricity yesterday after vandals cut T and tech utility cables. Residents reported hearing loud explosions before the outage, with power repeatedly cutting in and out from around 5:30 a.m. T and tech crews repaired the damage and used generators to restore electricity to most affected customers, although about 80 households remained without supply for several hours. The incident follows a similar attack at the Fairfield housing development in Princestown earlier this month, which left more than 450 customers without electricity. Corinth Cedar Hill councillor Sean Premchand is calling for increased police patrols, questioning whether HDC communities are being deliberately targeted by cable vandals. Finally, 11 people have died after a plane carrying skydivers crashed shortly after takeoff in eastern France. The aircraft, operated by a parachuting school, went down near an airfield in the town of Tomblaine, killing the pilot and all 10 passengers on board, including 5 students making their first skydive and 5 instructors. Authorities say the plane crashed in a built-up area near a shopping center, but no one on the ground was injured. French Transport Minister Philippe Tabarot described the incident as a terrible tragedy, while investigators have been dispatched to determine what caused the crash. And that is NETT Radio News at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Vibes, fresh energy. This is the NETT Radio Breakfast Show.
I just say one night. I just say one night. Show me something new. Show me how to do it. Taiwan Lee, we miss you inside the party. We want to dance. Come again so we could shake off the body. We want to dance. It's only you who just a hot off the place. And make the people them a walk up the waist. It's only you who make me jump on parts. Dance, dance.
dance, everybody rock. Let me see you crisscross your hand. You got your foot in a forward motion. Wiggle your body in a nice fashion. Hey, hey, come again. Show me something new. Show me how to do it. Sexy body girl, baby, me say, and me say when me say Frank, shake up your shoulder, crisscross your hand, kick out your foot like you want to world. A dance is a easy little thing, is a easy little task. When you go to school, you just go now. Show me something new. Show me how to do it. Hear this. Give me the bang, you know, respect until morning. We want to dance. Show the move, you know, it's a long time we waited. We want to dance. It's only you, we just hot up the place. And make the people let me walk up the race. It's only you, and make me jump on board. Dance, 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 everybody. Let me see you crisscross your hand. You got your foot in a forward motion. Wiggle your body in a nice fashion. Hey, hey, come again. Show me something new. Yes, man. Show me how to do it. In a this whole position, you should have see Bunty and this gear them gang. Them a dance all lift it up and a move all them man. You should have see Beanie and Shocking Vibes school. Them a lean back, we and a dance poor girl. Me say a teachery and the a crew. Them girls they know the dance if you do, but if you want no more, me go tell you what we do. Check out Byron and the Dragon Years go. Everybody asking the same question. Them want know how we dance. This a one, me say move up your shoulder. Crisscross the one, kick out you put in a forward motion. Then you step to the left and then you wiggle and go long. When you come right up at the jump on the gum, then me we find out if you know fi do the brand up or you know fi do the brand.
Just got better. You're locked into NETT Radio. Breakfast show. Fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
Show me something new. Show me how to do it. Byron Lee, we miss you inside the party. We want to dance. Come again so we could share.
Yeah, the music of us could be in the background there. Show me something good. 14 minutes it is past the hour of 7 o'clock. Welcome inside the second hour of the breakfast show.
Let me see you crisscross your hand.
Of course, you are listening to New Era TT Radio. It's NETT Radio. Taking you above and beyond.
Show me something new.
Excellent, right? Yeah.
Show me how to do it.
It's a very special good morning to those of you that came in very early. The Anthem crew, thank you very much. Those are the people just before 7 o'clock. You see the numbers rolling up. 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Thank you very much. All the folks that came in along the way, good day to you.
Show me how to do it.
And also to the people and Gael TV, good day to you and thank you very much for being here.
Until morning, we want to dance.
So a little programming note for you, just to let you know that when we come off of Gael and of course our social media platforms closer to 9 o'clock, you can come across to netradiott.com. That's NETT-RADIO-TT.com, and you're able to listen to us all day and every day.
Hey, hey, come again. Show me something new. Yes, man.
Of course, whichever one of the devices that you are streaming, so whether you're on Radio Garden, online radio box, Simple Radio, MyTuner, or Tune In. Well, remember the command is NETT Radio Trinidad. Just tell all of your smart devices, play NETT Radio Trinidad or NETT Radio Trinidad. And you can follow us on any one of those streaming platforms that you are accustomed for listening to, okay? Also, don't forget to put your stamp on our social media platforms. So whether you are on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or even our WhatsApp channel. You are following at NETT Radio Trinidad, right? It's simple branding across the board. Everything is NETT Radio Trinidad. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow all of the channels, yeah?
Show me how to do it.
All right, so our poll
poll today. We're asking you, are you surprised? Are you surprised at the PDOs, which is the preventive detention orders, issued to the Hadiths on the allegations of conspiracy to murder? If you're voting yes, you're voting 1. If you're voting no, you're voting 2.
Show me something new.
So yes, you're surprised, or no, you're not surprised, right? It's as simple as that. And when we come back, we'll tell you how you voted. And of course, to all you small businesses, small, medium, large businesses, it's Christmas in July here on the net. So guess what? You can advertise here. Are you a business owner? Well, take advantage of NETT Radio and Guile Caribbean TV Christmas in July advertising special. Throughout the month of July, enjoy 33% off all advertising packages. Whether you are micro, small, medium, or large business, now is the perfect time to put your product and service in front of the people who matter. Reach your audience through radio, television, and social media, all at 33% off. Don't miss this limited Christmas in July offer. Call us today at 281-1315 or 299-5156 and let NETT Radio and Guile Caribbean TV help you grow your business. But hurry, this special offer ends July 31st. It's Christmas in July on NETT Radio and Guile Caribbean TV.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Get ready.
The road to football's biggest stage starts right here on NETT Radio and Guile TV. Join us for Inside the Net, the road to FIFA World Cup 2026 Insights. Every weekday, take a journey through World Cup history, legendary players, unforgettable goals, football's greatest nations, rising stars, iconic stadiums, and the stories behind the beautiful game. From Brazil to Argentina, Germany to France, and every nation chasing football glory. Join us daily at 7:55 a.m. and 11:55 a.m. Don't just watch the World Cup, live the passion. Inside the Net, road to FIFA World Cup 2026 Insights.
Necessary Arts Trinidad and Tobago presents Women and Children First.
Some sisters are losing their voices.
We are losing our childhood.
Women and Children First, written and directed by Penelope Spencer.
July 5th, Little Carib Theatre, one important show.
A performance, a tribute to our women and children. Drama, comedy, a show for the whole family.
Call 752-7050 or 683-4843 for more ticket info.
Women and Children First. See you there.
What do we all want for Trinidad and Tobago? Safer communities, greater opportunities, and a better future. Join Denise Deming every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio for Common Ground TNT. Each week, respected guests tackle the issues affecting our nation, from crime and education to healthcare, the economy, and good governance. Common Ground TNT, finding solutions through conversation. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio, NETT Radio.
Calling all you NETT Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on NETT Radio. NETT Radio Halloween Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August. Boarding at 7 p.m. from Hardcuts Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite NETT DJ DJs such as CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early
them you's
bird
a big
tickets
dancer.
are just $200. After $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Crep, Pats International in Arima, K Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall, and Eastgate Mall, and all net DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. Net Radio, Halloween, Cooler Cruise. Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Halloween, on the sea.
Behave myself. Oh my God, I will try and behave myself, right? People remember we have our cruise that is coming up. Tickets are in stores, and of course you can get your tickets. So get your early bird tickets, and as I call them, early bird. Get your tickets now, right? Don't wait until the middle of July or the end of July, or even don't think about going into August. All right, right now we have weeks away. Get your tickets now for the cruise. Yeah.
Let me thank the folks who went to Gaylan's reggae ride. Gaylan wants to thank you all for making the ride a success. I see she posted a lot of pictures. I missed out on it, and I missed PNM thing that night too. So I hope you all had fun. Those folks who went to reggae ride, and of course those folks who went to the Big Red Fete too.
The Big Reds.
And now seeing the actual Express today, she also sent me that picture. A magistrate faces arrest. What kind of story is this? Intelligence report alleges US dollars bribed for favorable rulings. Magistrate faces arrest. How do you face arrest? You either arrested or not arrested?
Impending. Investigations are continuing.
Oh, God.
Well, they must investigate you. When somebody says something on you. Yeah, you know.
But why is it a story, a headline story? Arrest a man or a woman and then bring the story?
You know what I mean? How sensationalism does work. Sensationalize this thing. Papers go in and sell. People go in and read. People go in and share.
Well, I still asking to see the rocket launcher. Remember we were asking to see where this rocket launcher gone?
I tell you, it had no rocket launcher.
I still want to see the rocket launcher. No, well, the people have been arrested for conspiracy to murder, Sir Charles. So there's a rocket launcher somewhere.
No, well, anyhow, I as I said, I never believed there was any rocket launcher. I think the AG was just talking over his head.
You never believed we'd have reached the day where the Hadis have been arrested for that under that allegation either. Nobody could have seen this day coming.
Well, I guess that is life, but
you know,
some things you just cannot see.
Who could have ever thought that we would have seen two prominent members of the Sierra Lebanese community arrested, not for money laundering, not for trafficking in guns and ammunition, not for trafficking in drugs, Sir Charles, but conspiracy to murder. Is that Sir Charles? Yeah. And murder the Prime Minister?
Well, that is the thing. Well, remember,
if we have to read what we read, who ever thought you'd ever see this day?
Well, remember, we have people who have been in government before, prime ministers, national security ministers, even people who have sat in the office just for a few days have said that, hey, people be threatening me all the time,
Yeah, that happens all the time, Sir Charles. We had an attorney general who, as soon as not too long after he came out of office, was murdered. Up to now, nobody don't know who killed him. They say the killers were killed themselves. Up to now, nobody has actually been held for that crime,
Mm-hmm.
Attorney General Selwyn Richardson was murdered while going home in his driveway.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
We have had that in this country, But now we're hearing that people were conspiring to murder the Prime Minister. See, people of Syrian Lebanese community, Sir Charles, that's huge. That's as huge as you can get. People of repute, people of standing, people of money.
Well, probably that is if something like that is to happen, that's probably what happened. Remember the last time, if you go back to the attempted coup, you know what happened at that point in time? What were people trying to do at that point in time? Not bring down the government too?
Yeah, but that's an Islamic group.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, but it can happen. You know what I mean? So.
And maybe there were big business people who were also behind that too. We never really knew, eh? We never really knew.
No, we never got. We never ventilated it properly. You see?
No.
So
Abu Bakr had refused to appear before the commission.
But it shows that things can happen. You understand? In this space, because there are some people. If the mindset is right, they have, let's face it, we have untouchables in this place, you know.
So Charles, the Prime Minister and the Attorney General are supposed to be untouchables, you know, because they are guaranteed state security, you know. So when you have an allegation like that coming up against them,
well,
it means you dependent on the security network, or you're actually dependent on a rocket launcher, Sir Charles.
Yeah. But you are this rocket launcher, sorry.
But I didn't make it up, Sir Charles. The Attorney General went to the Parliament and used those words, that they prevented a rocket launcher from decimating this place. He used those words. I didn't make it up.
I don't to quote his words directly. If it was said that way, but to me, it didn't come across that way. But that's just me. Yeah.
Oh Lord. Sometimes working is hard work, you know.
Yeah, real hard work, you know. Yeah.
All right. Play. Folks, our poll is up, and then we're gonna play a little video for you, and we could get in some of these discussions. Have they been charged? They've not been charged, right? They're just being held right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think they have to appear before the judge today. The police have to appear before the judge today, still with that matter, right? As to why are they being held, right? I think that matter still continues, right?
Yeah. You have to justify what you're doing. It's not a matter of just doing it, you know. So you have to go and satisfy the courts with whatever you have that that it makes sense doing what you're doing, or if you're just harassing people unnecessarily. So you have to go on. You must be able to justify your actions. So they will have to justify their actions to the court.
But
at the end of it all, too, and then you're dealing with very high-profile individuals, you know.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. We had sleeping on a concrete slab. I mean, everybody has to sleep on it too. But I mean, could you imagine? Anyway.
Yeah, so moving from here.
I have so many thoughts running through my head that I'm going to get in trouble on this radio.
Moving from your nice cushy comfort of air condition and plush carpet and all different kinds of stuff. Going in Woodbrook Police Station and terrazzo floor with a hole in the ground.
Hard concrete with feces and urine.
Yeah, and a hole in the ground.
A hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
The toilet. And imagine the stench of the place. Oh my word.
But I can tell you something though. If the Hadid's on them was bitter before, could you imagine how they are now? If they were bitter before or angry before, could you imagine how they are now? Anyway, poll folks, are you surprised at the videos?
Let's deal with the poll, and then we'll deal with the video after, so we don't contact the poll, right?
Yeah.
So people, we can take a couple of your calls on the poll. Let's hear what you have to say about it. Are you surprised? Yes or no? 28113152995156. Let's hear what you have to say this morning. Caller, good morning.
Morning, gentlemen. Norfolk, Virginia, front and center.
Front and center.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering, Wendell, you live in Trinidad?
Or most times.
Sometimes.
Well, do you primarily live in Trinidad? All your years? I mean, someone so shocked. I mean, anything is possible in Trinidad. Anything. Okay? And
that we know for sure.
Before I forget, that there goes the Independence Parade, eh? So do we have
oh gosh, you and you're saying from outside there, man. I'm looking forward to Independence this year, you know.
Well, I've listened to me. Sometimes from the outside looking in, you have a better perspective of things, you know.
For real,
in the middle of the heat, right? But I'm telling you, there goes the Independence Parade.
Oh.
And listen, when former Ambassador Bond, Candace Bond, made statements about not only the drug trafficking and the ammunition and the arms trafficking and the human trafficking, which was on top of the list, okay? And she said the government. She verified that government meant both sides, not just who in the administration, whatever administration is running stuff, and whoever is in opposition, okay? That's when they said government. That's what a government is, right? Opposition and, whatever, right? But, guys, everybody's always so surprised, right?
Yeah, but you're not surprised.
In this digital age and so on, and with the global village and so on, it is much tougher now to hide your illicit activities in such a closed society like Trinidad. So, hey, you know what? Just sit back and wait. And I know PNM people will jump on me for saying this, but they get Faris Al-Wari. I mean, what is his track record when he was Attorney General?
Yeah, see, you just left him alone.
Left him alone. But the fact is that Trinidad very soon will be the anniversary of, well, I shouldn't use the word anniversary, but a significant historical day coming up in July, okay? And if you all really think that the Jamaat wasn't playing both sides, right? Well, I have a piece of land called the Everglades. I can sell you. I'll go into real estate, right? Because there are individuals who were involved. Not individuals though, but as far as it stands, Trinidad, time to move on and grow politically and realize that you're doing the same thing over and over again. And when you think you're making a change, it's just an exchange.
Yeah, thanks, Virginia.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
Yeah, okay. Thanks very much. Caller, good morning. Robert, good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Robert. Why am I not here, Robert? Robert, are you there with me? Hello. I don't know.
Try next call, huh?
Yeah, but that's that thing. Right. Hello, good morning. Okay. I'll try us back because for some reason I don't get in on that line. Yeah. Right. 2811315 2995156. I don't know what's going on with that 299 number this morning. Good morning, Captain Ron. No, I didn't engage you. Sorry. Right. Captain Ron, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Morning to you.
Happy Monday. You know, Wendell, I agree with you 100%. Don't care what nobody says, son. I'm like you. You know, because nothing seems to be surprising me anymore. And it seems like, because I'll tell you this much. I am not surprised, and I wouldn't, people who these people have been arrested, I am not surprised because of their positions. A lot of things they have been doing for years have been abusing the law. I know that one of them this guy, you know the guy Wadi Limas? I don't know if he's Lebanese or the other side.
Why dilemmas? I'm
But I
not
think
sure what he was, you know.
Yeah, I think he passed already. The one who used to fly airplane, he had a King Air, an airplane, a twin engine King Air, and we used to bump into him in many places. He was friends with somebody, and these guys were just alleged that he was bringing in gold from Guyana, easy, and not declaring it. So I'm not surprised of hearing anything, and I will still stand by this. One night, the whole crew came down to Trinidad many years ago, beyond about 15 years ago or more, and we were coming from Tiaco, going down to the hotel in the vehicle, the whole crew, and when we look, a car pulled up alongside us on the Beetham Highway there. No, not the Beetham Highway. Just passing El Socorro, coming down, and one of the flight attendants said, "Look," and one of the guys in the car, there was a car full of guys, and they were all either Syrians or Lebanese, and they were showing us their guns. So like they're trying to pull us over. And the driver sped up, and when we got in the beach, going down by the market down there, there's a police unit. He pulled in there, and that's how they left us. But if they had successfully pulled us over and did whatever they want to do, obviously it would have gone. Nobody would blame nobody would blame the Lebanese community for this. They would have blamed the African people, which we know there's a lot of that going on too. But these people do their crimes and make other people appear like other people doing it. Plus, from what it's alleged that they employ other people of different races to do their crimes. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Happy Monday.
Thanks for relating that experience.
Yeah.
You know, as I said, nothing surprises me in Trinidad and Tobago anymore. I don't think anything surprises anybody anymore in Trinidad and Tobago. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Trinidad and Tobago is hopeless.
It's not hopeless. It's challenging, but it's not hopeless.
No, it's hopeless.
Caller, good morning to you.
Hello.
Hi, Robert. Robert, I wonder if it's your phone that's giving trouble, because you were calling me on the other line, and yeah, I'm now hearing you.
No, my phone. No, my phone. My phone. My friend.
Oh.
I get a new phone. This one giving trouble.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. Make your contribution.
Yeah. The solely last one.
Oh, okay.
No, what I call it yesterday, I go through because I am not surprised because of the fact that the Attorney General made certain remarks in Parliament that they're going after the Syrian community. So I'm not surprised at all that this come out this morning. If you all could recall, he made that remark either a fortnight ago or 3 weeks ago or somewhere, I think. I can't remember. But
June
recently
15th.
he made that remark that they're going after the Syrian community. So nothing this government does surprise me anymore. Whatsoever position they are taking, they want to ensure when the 5 years up, they leave this country in an ungovernable position. So they will do anything possible to continue to destabilize the smooth running of the democracy of this country. So I'm not surprised that this news come out. Whoever is surprised, well, I don't know if they're living in a bubble, but I'm not surprised. Right, gentlemen? You all have a good day. God bless.
Yeah. This is the statement from the Honorable Attorney General in Parliament on June 10th, 2026. That's two going on 3 weeks ago. And I quote, "To those persons among us who consider that their wealth allows them guarantees from prosecution and from the attention of law enforcement bodies, we say those days are behind us. If you behave as gang members do, you shall be treated in exactly the same way that blue-collar gang members are. If your designation happens to be within the 1%, it happens to be 6, 7, or 8, Tetron awaits." End of quote. That was the statement from the Attorney General on June 10th.
Yeah, so he was saying to you, get in line, do the right thing, and if you are involved in anything that is illegal, stop it. And I think that is basically what I'm taking away from it. Hello, good morning.
A blessed good morning to you, Sir Charles, Richard, and Wendell. Gentlemen, great topic. You're also on top of our game. Thank you ever so much to NETT Radio for this platform. I'm not surprised. I put 2. I'm not surprised at all. Remember, these are not small fries. Small fries, they don't show them in Islam. I didn't have a warrant or nothing. But with these, you have to have warrant, and I was saying that before. This SOE is just want to wonder and sit and wonder and say, but wait, with SOE, I thought the characters Boston, you don't want us going. But it's not the case. In certain people, you make sure you have to have warrants and to make sure it's stand up in court. Because at the end of the day, the police and them still have to gather the information and they didn't have enough to hold them with. So they had to go second plan B.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going for and like they're gathering information. And the easy thing I can't understand, get all your act together, gather all your information, then hold, then charge. But they do, I don't know, they put in the cart before the horse and not the other way around. I just don't know. But it's not surprising at all.
Okay. Thanks very much. All right, so let's close up the poll, and then we would I have one caller in between, and then we'll get to the video that Wendell wants to play, right? All right.
Okay,
So
the
poll, go ahead, Wendell.
Are you surprised at the PDOs issued to the Hadids on the allegation of conspiracy to murder? 32% of you said yes, 68% said no. 32% said yes, you are surprised. 68% said no. So a mixed poll this morning.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I predicted it on Friday gone. I said that's the way they're going to go, especially when the court summoned them to explain. You understand? You know that that's the way that they would go. Because that's the safer way during a state of emergency. If you issue PDOs to everybody, it stands to reason you should issue PDOs to them too, so that you could hold them without question, without justification. But the damage has been done. You already arrest them under a warrant. So you had to explain now what's the justification for that. And a judge already ruled on that. Now, in most cases, judges do that ruling right away. But this time, they had put it off till Monday. And in between, the judge making that ruling that you must come to the court by Monday, they issue the PDOs. So it'll be very interesting today what happens in that court. Very interesting.
All right, caller, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Wendell. Good morning, Sir Charles. I was listening to the Minister of Homeland Security, right? He's trying to clarify the PDO and the state of emergency. And the state of emergency is to give the police, I think, special powers to go ahead and do their job, right? So listen to Minister Alexander trying to clarify that the PDOs, I think, have no political interference. Hear what he says. The police gather the information and so on, all right, on people who they suspect might be detained, send the file to his desk, and then he would sign off on it. So who doing who making the decision? The police or the politician? Right?
Yeah, I heard that explanation, Cole. It was a little more convoluted than how you broke it down, right? He was saying how they go to this one, then the attorneys will vet it, then it comes to them, and then it end up on his desk for him to sign it, right? He went around the mulberry bush to end up saying, "Is my signature on it?"
As a politician, so that's not more complicated, right? And that's justifying that there's no political interference in the PDOs. That making sense? Gentlemen.
Okay, good.
Thanks. I heard him say that too. I heard him talk about all the people that had to pass through before it ends up on his desk for his signature. But at the end of the day, you could say, "I ain't signing that. I'm not satisfied." You can, eh?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you have that, and that is the thing. So once it reaches by you, I suppose. Well, he probably not on his own. Maybe he will have probably a team now to look at this and say, "We're going with this or don't go with this." You know.
Yeah.
All right, so let me see if I can play that interview for you guys. Or it's not an interview, no? That podcast.
Yeah, Rhoda's perspective.
Right. This is Rhoda Barrett's perspective on what she thinks is happening.
So, couple dots to connect. One, this alleged assassination plot has absolutely nothing to do with national security issues and everything to do with a land transaction, a transaction involving state lands, right? I know that we as a society tend to stigmatize, stereotype the Syrian Lebanese community as being a community of drug dealers and money traffickers and money launderers and traffickers and all of those things. But we also need to bear in mind that most members of the Syrian Lebanese community are business people, and they are business people that do a lot of business that benefits the state, right? That redounds to the benefit of the state and redounds to the benefit of the national economy. So, years and years and years ago, we would have had sugar estates here. One of the sugar estates would have been the Golden Grove Estate. And the Golden Grove Estate runs along the highway in Trin City. Most of you know the estate. And most of you would know that the lands there would have been lands that I think at a point in time, Clico owned and had assets for. And it was part of the Clico assets. So the side that has the entire Trin City development, that was under HCL, because HCL did the development there. And then the other side also belonged to Clico. And eventually a French company by the name of Pernod Ricard bought, or acquired, I should say, the lands there under a lease, because it's still state lands, right? Acquired the lands there, and they had a big aniseed farm, right? And so they had a lot of these aniseed trees growing there, and the aniseed was being used to infuse their wines, etc., 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 because that's what Pernod Ricard does, right? Wines. Then their ownership or acquisition of the land changed hands, and it went from the Pernod Ricard company to Blue Waters. Now, the lands would have started off as agricultural lands, and eventually Blue Waters company would have begun to change the status of the land from agricultural to industrial, because of course there's a whole manufacturing company right there, and that company of course hires tons and tons of employees. So Blue Waters has the lands. They have lands. I have no idea what's the length of the lease. Those are things that I'd have to research and eventually find out. But they have the lease for the lands. And the problem is, over the years, this is the problem. Over the years, they're really changing the classification of the lands. They've been going through the process with WASA and whoever else, because of course they have to run water, they have to run electricity to be able to turn the agricultural spaces into industrial spaces. So the state has to give permission for all of these things, and those permissions have happened in cycles and in periods over the years for bits and pieces of the land. So it's part by part. So let's say, and I'm just using these figures hypothetically, let's say they have 10,000 acres of land, and I don't think it's 10,000 acres, but let's say they have 10,000 acres of land, they would have been able to convert, let me say 2,000 acres, then another 1,000 acres, then another 1,000 acres. And they've been doing that bit by bit under different administrations. So this isn't a new thing, this isn't a now thing, this is something that they've been doing for quite some time. And lo and behold, under this current administration, there's been a rescinding of the lease. I'm told that the sitting government wants to rescind the lease that they have. They also want to reconvert some of the reclassified land. So land that went from being agricultural to being industrial, they want to change back the classification of the land, and they want to take away the lease from Blue Waters. Now, the Blue Waters company could easily challenge these decisions in a court of law, and that could tie up that could tie up the entire, that could tie up the land. It could tie up changing over the lease of the land from Blue Waters to whoever else. And I'm told that there is a party financier of the sitting government who wants those lands. And so it now brings us to the current detention. So Wednesday, when the country got up to the news of the 7 o'clock raiding of the Hadid's household in Westmoreland and the Blue Waters Company buildings and offices in Trinidad City, by the end of the day, I was told a couple of things. I was told that the detention order basically stated that there was a conspiracy to murder. And so my question was, conspiracy to murder whom? And my source then said that what they are claiming is that the family that has been detained was conspiring to murder the Prime Minister. I didn't want to come out and say that Wednesday evening or Thursday morning because I didn't want to jump my sources on them. So the Anna Ramdas story this morning would have indicated to you, right, that there's a plot to assassinate Kamala Prasad-Bissessar. I just want to point out a couple of things here that people may or may not be saying. The chief person that they're using as a witness to this plot to conspire to murder or to assassinate is someone who is actually mentally disabled or mentally unwell, right? And the TTP is not coming out and letting you know that. And they're also not coming out and saying that what they are, what they're building their case on is anger and resentment or frustration over the challenges that the state has been putting up, the sitting government, has been putting up with respect to the Pernod Ricard lands. And I'm referring to them as the Pernod Ricard lands, but in truth and in fact, they now fall under the Blue Waters Company, right? I just say Pernod Ricard because in my head, that's how I've always referred to the lands. So this is not about drug trafficking, even though the state would want you to believe that. This is not about money laundering. This is not about any actual evidence of criminal activity. The basis of the detention is an alleged plot to conspire to murder the sitting Prime Minister, and it is based on a conversation that the TTPS claims someone has recounted to them, wherein anger and frustration over that particular bit of land transaction was taking place. So it would have been, I guess, a tense, frustrated conversation. And I don't know who told who to tell who to tell who to tell who. And then all of a sudden, somebody's aunt, who was actually housed in a facility, has now become the key witness in this entire thing, and that is couched around a potential conspiracy to murder charge. So it remains to be seen whether or not the TTPS has gathered enough information to be able to establish that there is an actual conspiracy, and it remains to be seen whether their witnesses are reliable enough witnesses, and it remains to be seen whether or not there was an actual legitimate threat to the sitting Prime Minister. I'm also going to point out to you all that 15 years ago we dealt up with this. In 2011, there was a whole alleged assassination plot to kill the Prime Minister. Y'all remember that? And they locked down the country from August to December. And the 17 men that they locked up for that plot, after the state of emergency was done, the state had inadequate information, inadequate evidence, and so they had to release everybody. So what you also need to understand is this. If the Hadids are indeed detained for the duration of this entire, whatever is the length of the state of emergency, and there are no grounds on which to hold them, they get released. But what happens in between then is their company gets damaged to a significant extent. And this is a company that would be responsible for GDP, foreign exchange, trade regionally and in other parts of the hemisphere, and the jobs and livelihoods of its entire staff. And now I want to extrapolate. That's Dominic Hadid and his wife and their company. If you look at the revocation of the visas of about 29 to 30 members that I'm told of thus far within that community, you are also looking at the crippling of the ability of persons, business people within that sector to be able to successfully and reasonably conduct the trade and business affairs of their companies locally and internationally. So revoking visas, detaining business people, challenging leases, all of these things add up to the destabilization of a business sector. Now, if you want to think that destabilizing that business sector is going to only impact on the members of that community, then you, my friend, are living in a bubble, because it means that you don't understand that every single business community in this country is part of our wider ecosystem. So this means an impact on the economy. It means an impact on our forex earning abilities. It means an impact on people's jobs and livelihoods. It means an impact on trade. So serious questions have to be asked about this detention and other detentions, because the same way, if there is a situation where the TTPS is abusing its power in this particular instant, trust and believe, most if not all of the other detentions that have happened under the last 3 or 4 states of emergency from July 2025 to now, trust and believe, there are hundreds of other people who have been detained, and the TTPS is abusing its power and abusing the use of detention orders. Right?
Well, that was the video clip that we played of Rhoda. You know, Rhoda does extensive research, and before she gets into topics and so on. I mean, we would have worked for years with Rhoda, so we understand her thinking and her research capabilities. You know, so something to mull on, something to think about. We'll see where it goes.
Well, when she spoke about revocation of visas and stuff, whose visas would have been taken back, and who would have been responsible for doing that?
We don't know. I don't know who visas. We know for sure. We know for sure about one, not so?
Revocation of visas. So I don't know that. But Trinidad, the government of Trinidad and Tobago does not have anything to do with revocation of visas.
Well, it would have been the U.S. government who would have revoked visas. You know.
Yeah. So if they doing that, clearly they know they would have something that we don't have or don't know.
That was it's interesting. It's because the U.S. I remember when the matter had come up, the U.S. had said no government can tell them to revoke somebody's visa.
They made that very clear.
Their decision.
Yeah. So
that is strictly their decision. So
I don't know where the link is coming from now. Where that is. You know, so.
And I would say it'll be interesting at the end of the day to see where this goes. You know?
All right, well, where we are going for the news at 8 o'clock. So stay with us and we'll catch you on the other side of 8.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now on NETT Radio and Guile TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Businessman Dominic Hadid, his wife Genevieve Hadid, and relative Star Sabga are being detained under the state of emergency after the government accused them of involvement in an alleged conspiracy to assassinate senior government officials. Preventive detention orders, signed by Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander, claim intelligence links the three to a plot to destabilize the country through violence. The orders also allege that Genevieve Hadid called for the death of Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar, while Dominic Hadid and Sabga allegedly made statements advocating violence against government members. The trio have not been charged with any criminal offense, and the allegations have not been tested in court. The detention of businessman Dominic Hadid, his wife Genevieve Hadid, and relative star Sabga, has sparked debate over its possible impact on investor confidence in Trinidad and Tobago. Economist Patrick Watson says, if evidence exists, those responsible should be charged swiftly, but believes investors are more concerned about violent crime and the ease of doing business than allegations involving white-collar crime. Former Finance Minister Mariano Brown, however, questioned the timing of the arrests and warned they could cause reputational damage. Security expert Professor Evalaw Griffith says one high-profile investigation is unlikely to affect the country's international reputation unless similar cases become a pattern. The United Nations estimates Venezuela's devastating twin earthquakes have caused about $6.7 billion in direct physical damage, or roughly 6% of the country's economy. The UN Development Program says 1.7 million structures were affected, with 8.6 million people exposed to the powerful tremors. The official death toll has climbed to 920, with rescue efforts continuing. The agency says total losses could be up to 3 times the direct damage once infrastructure and economic disruption are fully assessed. Meanwhile, the CAF Development Bank has launched a Venezuela Recovery and Reconstruction Fund, providing an initial $1.3 million and appealing for international support to help rebuild homes, restore essential services, and strengthen the country's resilience. A section of Trinidad's southwestern coastline has been pushed nearly 20 feet upward following last week's powerful earthquakes in Venezuela. The dramatic uplift along the Galfa coastline in Cedros left hundreds of fish, crabs, clams, and stingrays stranded and dead after the seabed suddenly rose above the water. Geologist Xavier Moonen says the phenomenon was likely caused by a reactivated landslide, or slump, triggered by the earthquakes. He says the rapid movement lifted the beach and seabed within seconds, trapping marine life before it could escape. Moonen says similar ground movement occurred after Trinidad's 2018 earthquake and is urging the public to exercise caution in the affected area. Hundreds of residents in Corinth Hills, St. Madeleine, were left without electricity yesterday after vandals cut T and tech utility cables. Residents reported hearing loud explosions before the outage, with power repeatedly cutting in and out from around 5:30 a.m. T and tech crews repaired the damage and used generators to restore electricity to most affected customers, although about 80 households remained without supply for several hours. The incident follows a similar attack at the Fairfield housing development in Princestown earlier this month, which left more than 450 customers without electricity. Corinth Cedar Hill councillor Sean Premchand is calling for increased police patrols, questioning whether HDC communities are being deliberately targeted by cable vandals. Finally, 11 people have died after a plane carrying skydivers crashed shortly after takeoff in eastern France. The aircraft, operated by a parachuting school, went down near an airfield in the town of Tumblaine, killing the pilot and all 10 passengers on board, including 5 students making their first skydive and 5 instructors. Authorities say the plane crashed in a built-up area near a shopping center, but no one on the ground was injured. French Transport Minister Philippe Tabarot described the incident as a terrible tragedy, while investigators have been dispatched to determine what caused the crash. And that is NETT Radio News at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with new Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Welcome to Inside the Net on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio. Our daily insights as we count down the journey to FIFA World Cup 2026. Here is today's insight.
When football fans remember the FIFA World Cup, they often remember the spectacular goals, dramatic celebrations, and unforgettable finals. But behind every championship-winning team is another hero whose contribution is sometimes overlooked, the goalkeeper. A great goalkeeper is more than someone who stops shots. They organize the defense, inspire confidence in their teammates, and often make the one save that changes the course of a match. At the World Cup, where every mistake can end a nation's dream, the importance of the goalkeeper cannot be overstated. Throughout World Cup history, several goalkeepers have elevated the position to legendary status. In 1970, England's Gordon Banks produced what many experts still describe as the greatest save ever seen. His incredible reaction stop from a powerful Pele header remains one of football's most iconic moments and is still replayed more than half a century later. Italy's Dino Zoff demonstrated that experience can be just as valuable as athleticism. At the age of 40, he captained Italy to victory in the 1982 FIFA World Cup, becoming the oldest player ever to lift the famous trophy. Germany's Oliver Kahn dominated the 2002 tournament with a series of world-class performances. Time after time, he rescued his team with remarkable saves, leading Germany all the way to the final and earning the tournament's Golden Ball award. Then came Manuel Neuer, whose performances in 2014 redefined modern goalkeeping. Comfortable with the ball at his feet and fearless outside the penalty area, Neuer showed that today's goalkeeper is expected to be both a defender and a playmaker. Every World Cup introduces new stars between the posts. Some become heroes through spectacular saves. Others earn their place in history by remaining calm when the pressure is at its greatest. As the countdown to FIFA World Cup 2026 continues, another generation of goalkeepers will have the chance to write their own chapter in football history. One save, one match, and one unforgettable moment could make them legends forever. This has been Inside the Net, Road to FIFA World Cup 2026 Insights.
You've been listening to Inside the Net as we count down the journey to FIFA World Cup 2026 on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
What do we all want for Trinidad and Tobago? Safer communities, greater opportunities, and a better future. Join Denise Deming every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio for Common Ground TNT. Each week, respected guests tackle the issues affecting our nation, from crime and education to healthcare, the economy, and good governance. Common Ground TNT, finding solutions through conversation. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio, NETT Radio.
Necessary Arts Trinidad and Tobago presents Women and Children First.
Some sisters are losing their voices.
We are losing our childhood.
Women and Children First, written and directed by Penelope Spencer.
July 5th, Little Carib Theatre, one important show.
A performance, a tribute to our women and children. Drama, comedy, issues for the whole family.
Call 752-7050 or 683-4843 for more ticket info.
Women and Children First. See you there.
Calling all you NETT Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on NETT Radio, Halloween Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August, boarding at 7 p.m. from Hardcuts Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite NETT DJs. Sir Charles, CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early bird tickets are just $200, after $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Kure, Bats International in Arima, Kiss Squared Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall, and Eastgate Mall, and all NETT DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. NETT Radio, Halloween Cooler Crew, Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Halloween on the scene.
End times is here.
Are you prepared? Check us on New Era TT Radio or NETT Radio with Brother Raka and Brother Yatazakawa on Mondays from 7 to 8 p.m. End Times is here. Stay tuned.
Are you a business owner? Well, take advantage of NETT Radio and Guile Caribbean TV Christmas in July advertising special. Throughout the month of July, enjoy 33% off all advertising packages. Whether you are micro, small, medium, or large business, now is the perfect time to put your product and service in front of the people who matter. Reach your audience through radio, television, and social media, all at 33% off. Don't miss this limited Christmas in July offer. Call us today at 281-1315 or 299-5156 and let NETT Radio and Guile Caribbean TV help you grow your business. But hurry, this special offer ends July 31st. It's Christmas in July on NETT Radio and Guile Caribbean TV. Okay, everybody, so we are back. It's now 14 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock, and it's a beautiful Monday morning. I trust that you guys had a good weekend. And we are here on NETT Radio, New Era TT Radio, and we're also on Guile Caribbean TV. You're getting us on our social media platforms where we are bringing you all the information. A couple of things I just want to let you know. One is that we are entering into the month of July, so all you businesses, and whether you are self-employed or you're working with someone, let them know that, hey, we have our Christmas in July advertising packages greatly reduced here on the net. So you're getting a 33% off the advertising packages. So if it normally cost you X amount, you're getting 33% off that throughout the month of July as we celebrate Christmas in July here on the net. So we will be celebrating Christmas in July. So when July rolls in from Wednesday, I start to play you guys some Christmas music together with the other music. We kind of blend in. So I'll do like a 50-50, so you get Christmas and you get some of the other stuff. But right now, you can advertise with us. So give us a call, 281-1315 or 299-5156. And 33% off advertising packages on the NETT and Guile TV throughout the month of July. The other thing that I need to let you know is that, hey, our Cooler Cruise is coming up on the 15th of August. That is the date. Don't forget the date. Make sure you book your date, and make sure by booking your date, that means you need to purchase your ticket. Tickets are now on sale. They're in all of the outlets and they have already started to sell. So you know what? Make sure you get your early bird tickets, because early bird tickets are only $200. After that, you're going to pay $250. So I'm telling you, tickets have already started to sell. Get your tickets now at Rumbox. Go check out Wendell. You can probably carry something for his stomach for him today. Carry a box of Crick Sweet. And also at Crosby's in St. James, Bobby's Bar in Kirep. Go and check out Fats International. Good morning to the people out there in Arima, and also K-Square's Fashion for the folks out there at Eastgate, West Mall, and C3 Center in San Fernando. So that is where you can get your tickets. And remember, we're boarding at 7. We are sailing at 8 o'clock. By midnight, we're back on the inside. We're going to have a fun time. Come and hang out with the breakfast team. Put some, I don't know when they can drink right now, but by August, we'll be able to drink some more Root Boy. Put Heineken in the cooler for Richard. Put some small vials of vodka for me. I drinking that. And remember, ride down till we lie down. You're not going back with nothing. We're drinking everything. What we ain't drink on the boat, we drink after on the pier. But we are going to have a good time, right? So get your tickets for the Cooler Cruise. Come online with the team. Wendell, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, this story with this magistrate is an interesting story. It is in today's breakfast. Let me just read a little bit from here, right? Let me just read. The newspaper was informed that based on an intelligence report dated June 2026, the magistrate has been deemed to be compromised and co-opted by foreign nationals residing in Trinidad and Tobago, and it is alleged to have facilitated money laundering. The intelligence report cites at least 2 specific cases in which the magistrate allegedly received bribes amounting to tens of thousands of US dollars in exchange for favorable rulings. Now, this shouldn't be hard to figure out, right, people? One case involved proceedings in which a substantial amount of local and foreign currency was seized by police. The magistrate allegedly ordered that all of the money be returned to the individual who is suspected of paying a bribe in exchange for that ruling. The intelligence report states that despite compelling arguments by the Financial Investigations Bureau regarding the seized cash and the need for further investigations, the magistrate allegedly ordered that the money be returned, thereby facilitating money laundering by directing that it be released through the issuance of a certified government check. The newspaper was also informed that the magistrate imposed a lenient sentence on another individual charged with possession of excess ammunition. According to the intelligence obtained, a cash bribe of a specified amount in US currency was allegedly paid to the magistrate, who subsequently ruled that the firearms be returned to the accused. The accused was placed on a cash bond and released. National security officials told the newspaper that the magistrate maintains bank accounts in the United States and possibly Panama. Preliminary investigations into those accounts have reportedly found that it was quite clear the magistrate was living beyond their means and possessed substantial unexplained wealth when compared with his lawful income. The intelligence report details cash transactions conducted in the United States and deposit made into the accounts. Politicians and contractors under probe too. In addition to the magistrate's imminent arrest, now I don't know why all this story come out and whoever it is arrested yet. Again, we just warning people now. We just warning people ahead, because these stories supposed to naturally be linked back to a particular magistrate. They said, in addition to the magistrate's imminent arrest, the newspaper was informed that further arrests are expected as investigations continue into certain political operatives, businessmen and contractors involved in large-scale corruption linked to the construction of a well-known building in the capital city. What building is that? These individuals have reportedly been named in intelligence reports, and several are expected to be detained for questioning in the coming weeks as the investigation progresses. What building is that going up and down that thing? The investigating contractors and businessmen.
You know what buildings have a wrong tongue that's going up?
That was saying there are plenty of them that was going up and ain't finished.
And just stop there right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I tired of this. Every change of government is the same thing. And a set of people named calling, tarnishing, and then nothing happens after that. Nothing happens after.
So clearly that is a leaked story from one of the investigators that leaked that story.
You know, it is not such a...
Because at the end of the day, you know, if nothing has happened as yet, nobody's been charged, nobody's been arrested, you know, that story up in the air. Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. But because we're in a state of emergency, Charles, guess what is going to be used? Guess what? A PDO. And guess what will happen? The person locked up there for the next 3 months until the state of emergency comes to end. That's what's going to happen, you know. But the person to recover from a situation like that is almost impossible. Because your money spending on attorneys, your business shut come to naught. You understand?
No, I don't believe that, you know.
What?
Wendell, and especially in a situation like this here, right? This that is not no fly-by-night running business, you know. If one person falls, for example, what we are seeing right now with the with the Hadi situation, right? If let us say if something happens like that and that goes that way, that business not going to follow. That
You
is a
think so?
well-organized business. That's a well-run business. You make a joke.
So Charles, that might be so in that case. But with some of these contractors and them, they done being owed a set of money. You really think they could survive? You really think they could survive an allegation like that? You think they could? No, they can't. Especially when you're just being detained. Remember, this is not a warrant. This is not evidence thing, and you go to a magistrate or judge or whatever and get a warrant. This is being detained under a state of emergency. That will mash up a lot of people. Trust me.
Yeah, well, we need to see how all of this that is playing out plays itself out. Today is going to be a very interesting day, as they are going to court and that sort of thing. So we'll see that whatever is being presented, if it is enough for the courts to say, okay, well, you have grounds, go ahead, or if not, well, no, it's not enough. So we'll see how good lawyers are today. People have been questioning the abilities of lawyers and stuff. So we'll see how good they are today. And we'll see how good the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is as far as getting and gathering evidence, because it has been said that they have one of their elite, I think that is the word that was used over the weekend, an elite team of investigators working on this particular case. And I would expect that. I don't think any fly-by-night junior, no experience police officer would be working on this particular situation. So so we wait to see how it plays off in the courts today. Very interesting. But you know what? Something that we did not talk about at all today is our neighbors in Venezuela. We have not been able to identify with them over this day, but things are not really good in Venezuela, and I expect that a lot of relief efforts, humanitarian aid, it will have to be pumped into Venezuela to help them through this situation that is coming out of this double earthquake. Now, so far, I'm hearing that they say it's like over 1,400 persons who have died so far. Over 30 something, almost 4,000 persons injured, and that is what they have found. But I think what is really disturbing for me, because this is like almost 4 or 5 days now, right? The amount of people who are missing. Each day someone is missing, the chances of finding them alive is slowly slipping in the negative. And if you have close to 40 or 50,000 people missing right now, trying to, with relief efforts and trying to find these people after 4 or 5 days, you can imagine what that death toll is going to be like. It's going to shoot up the longer it takes, because it's, you have to dig and to find people to get them out of that rubble. And there's a lot of buildings that have been damaged. I heard they close to almost 800 buildings that would have either fallen or damaged. That's a lot.
Yeah, they've been showing us some videos of it. It's terrible. It's bad.
Yeah. How Venezuela reacts on this, and I understand there is some little negative pushback coming, because they say that the aid has basically been coming from either on the outside or humanitarian groups on the ground. They have been wondering what's been going on. The government has been very slow, they say, in some quarters to act. But I have not been able to verify that particular factors yet, but I'm just reading from what the reports that are coming out of it. But whichever way it goes, it is a serious situation for our neighbors in Venezuela. Having heard that the government had said that they will be rendering aid, I don't know in what form, because we have not heard anything from our government where that is concerned. Again, they have not. I don't think if only I've heard it, I have not heard it. that they have said that we are going to send, for example, like when they went in Jamaica the other day, we sent TNTech people to help with restoration of electricity and other people. But so far, I'm not hearing what we are preparing to do, and that is troubling at this point in time. We need to say what we are doing.
Well, we can't even say who the delegation is to go Venezuela. We can say what we're doing out there.
Yeah. But at least we should be utilizing this opportunity to at least build some bridges. You understand?
Yeah, we have a perfect opportunity to do that now.
Now is the time. Now, you know what I mean? Because now we should be pumping resource there to try to assist in any way that we can. Get people on the ground, whatever is needed. Talk to these people. Now is the time to mend fences. And if we let this pass and we don't take advantage of it, well, then we really only have ourselves to blame.
Yeah.
We really only have ourselves to blame. So I'm hoping that they will really, say something more definite or more tangible as to what we are going to be doing wherever Venezuela is concerned. So yeah. But any which way, I'm very, very concerned about that situation with the amount of missing people and the days that are going by. All right, so people, let's open back the line so we can take your calls. 281-1315 or 299-5156. You can get in on the breakfast show. We'd love to hear from you as we go up to 9 o'clock. All right, so Monday morning, let's hear what you have to say. Front and center, talk to me.
Sir Charles, yeah, thank you again. Front and center. Hey, Sir Charles, I have some news for you.
What happened?
You're
paying off Brazil today?
I'm paying off what?
Brazil.
Oh, well, you know where that go. Oh, anybody, Brazil is going home today.
Boy, you want to make sure you want Trinidad and Tobago to get sick like Wendell.
Brazil, let me tell you something. Brazil come like England, You see, the great lions of England who invented cricket, just like they invented football. I almost said soccer. Good. I hope more. Good. Well, I'm telling you. I mean, the skill there. But when those little Japanese boys, oh God, I tell you, I never seen a little Japanese jump so high like Wang Yu and do headers and stuff. You played past those. I want to use a bad word.
The science behind the game.
Japanese.
The science.
Yeah, but listen, mate. So, Chance, I have some news for you.
Go ahead. Let me hear you.
And I paraphrase it. I don't want to lie on you, but you were saying something like, you don't think that the police service is going to use, any green fellow or whatever, right?
Yeah, I think that in a situation like that, we'll put with a situation like this, I think they would put their best people on it.
Well, guess what? I have news here, sir. Normally, it's the best who does do the most screw up, and there's regular guys like you and me is catch it.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
Just think of it. When you look at, there's one profession. Which profession you think, right, that individuals who get into that profession, a prominent profession, I'll tell you which it is shortly, right? But they can't make it in anything else. Anything else. Not even run a lemonade stand. You know what profession is that? Attorneys. Attorneys.
Yeah.
Attorneys. I mean, look, some of them.
Nail to save their life.
I know Democrats get vexed at me, but right? Look at Ted Kennedy, for example. He had to ride the bar about 3 times before he was admitted as an attorney, right? And we have a number of them like that. But that's okay. Right? That besides the point. What I'm trying to tell you is that you would hope that they put the best and the brightest, right, on it, and the most honest. But like in politics, normally the best, the brightest, and the most honest don't always get elected. Right, Wendell?
Okay.
Anyway.
No problem.
All right.
Yeah, thanks very much, Virginia, for your input this morning as we continue to take your calls inside of the breakfast show. Captain Ron. Hello, Captain Ron.
Yeah, morning, gentlemen, once again. I just wanted to add on the Venezuela situation. I've been monitoring Flight Radar 24 since Friday up till this morning, and there's a lot of flights, military airplanes from as far as Germany and Turkey and the USA have been making donations, and from Mexico and stuff. They all have been landed. Only the US lands in Venezuela, the interior, at another airport. The main Caracas airport, nobody's landing there. No military plane ways damage or something. I don't know. But they do have a lot of people coming from these countries far away. And Turkey brought in a lot of dogs. They're finding people. Of course, they won't be able to find all the people. It's buildings that fell. And I'm surprised Trinidad is so close and hasn't even made a contribution as yet. And I don't know if it's the government is refusing help from Trinidad, but when I saw on Saturday, Turkish military airplanes all the way from Turkey, that's on the other side of the earth, coming down there. And they're coming like, not just one, they're coming down in twos, one behind the other. Drop their load and they go back. And they're dropping their load in, Aruba. In Aruba, I see all the German flights are going to Aruba, drop it there, and apparently I don't know if they're taken across by boat or something. I don't know. But that's what's happening. They are getting help, and Trinidad is missing out. Trinidad and Tobago is missing out. All right, guys.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah, Captain Ron. Yeah, I don't know what it's like as far as the Caribbean aid is like. I'm not hearing anything. So just like I'm not hearing Trinidad and Tobago, I'm not really hearing others either. I don't know what is the reason for it, but I'm hoping that if we're not doing it as an individual, but through the CARICOM efforts, that something should be happening and should be happening not soon, but now. Abadi, good morning.
So Charles, morning. Randall, morning. You know, probably it's the release that the Foreign Affairs Minister sent out, because I remember Penelope, the opposition leader, spoke about it. The release that they sent out stated that all condolences and sympathies and so on, but if they need assistance, just say the word. I think that is the word in there. So they didn't really want our assistance. They didn't stand to say anything as yet. So they're just waiting to send once they get word. That's from my reading of that media release. Anyway, two things. All those people are still covered under the rubble, under concrete and all kinds of things. It's impossible to find people alive at this stage. And so many people died already, 1,500. It is like a disaster, more than a disaster, I should say. And to think that we are so close to Venezuela and didn't get nothing. I didn't say nothing because nothing was felt that damaged anything. It is ironic. So we have to be thankful for that too. You know, when we always like to be in things, always want to be a part of something, well, we're not a part of this. Thank God for that. Now, my next thing is an exciting day for
Dabadi.
Oh my goodness, what is wrong with these days?
Yeah, yes, I'm hearing
I get unmuted. And I usually speak, I don't know why, and I don't have the phone next to my face. Yeah, so I'm watching football from this afternoon till the last game.
Yeah, now is the interesting time.
We got it going real good. And when they will have real upsets. Real upsets, because these smaller nations are like, how do you think go? They have the answer to these bigger nations. These footballing nations of the past, like they're going below. They're going below the radar. But I'm surprised Trinidad not part of this.
Next time.
We are. I want to laugh at our own football. Let me just say, when I look at countries that we never hear about, Cabo Verde. I have never heard of that country, and they're celebrating like if they win World Cup. Every time I turn on Facebook, it's some kind of celebration with their people. What? so ironic that Trinidad ain't a part of this, where we would have been 48 nations. We should have been part of this. When again we will be there. When we are, say, Mexico and Canada have to qualify for the next World Cup together with us. We'll stand our next chance again.
We have to start.
Unless
we have to up our game.
Coach. Yeah. Huh?
We have to up our game.
But up our game, and we ain't seen nothing happening. I saw the coach from, I think it's Canada's coach. He's an American. He said it's 2 years now they have been playing together and working together and practicing, 2 years,
Yeah.
We want to play and practice together for 2 months and expect to get results. And I feel no government ever want to take sports seriously in this country. None. And I don't even know if we have a minister of sports at all, because what is going on in sports in Trinidad at this present time? Nothing is happening. So we want to reach World Cup, we want to reach Olympics, we want to reach this, we want to reach that. Where, and with whom? Where are these people to do that? So you see, sports is not our top priority at all. We need bacchanal. I never want to put it.
Okay, no problem, Davide. Yeah. Well, we did have a little thing that we saw happening. I wouldn't even call it a little thing, but I saw yesterday, it was somewhere in the southwestern area, that there was some movement since the earthquake of the, what is it called, the sand and the beach or whatever it is, and there's some area in that area. And they said that they showed a guy standing up on top of it when they say it had moved from where it was to like about 20 feet high,
Yeah, that was in our news. I listened to it in our news.
I was like, what? Yeah. So we really did have, a little thing. Something happened on our coastal area there where there was some raising of the level of the bed or some seabed, or whatever. It came up like about 20 feet. So we had a little thing. Paula, good morning.
Black man entered the race for Prime Minister of the UK, boy.
Good morning, Sir Charles.
Hi, Zena.
Good morning, Wendell.
Morning.
And to the other one, when he get up and listen to the program, he will hear. Good morning to the sore back and bottom Richard Ragobar sing. But I feel he does love that licks, That is a kind of sadistic licks.
Yeah.
And Sir Charles, thank you for correcting yourself. When you see I send good news to you and you write it, you're going to play it, you can take a note who sent it to you, because don't give him a pips to Richard.
Boy,
but I thank you for correcting yourself early.
No problem.
Right. Here what? Let me tell you something. I want to ask Wendell. He might know more. Those 8,000 youths who were locked up the very first time when the UNC was in power, are they stopped getting monies from the courts yet?
I'm not sure where those matters lie. I know a lot of them will compensate it, but I'm not sure where.
Right, but okay. So the saga continues, and as far as I see, a lot of smoke screens and mirrors. So I'll leave it right there. We will see how that ends, right? And as for the name of that sporting team, that I hear them calling that Capo Verde. I never hear that. I know it's Cape Verde.
It's either Cape Verde or Cabo Verde. The original name was Cabo Verde.
Yeah, I think it all depends on who is saying it and how the natives
look at it. Game here the other night, it's Capo Verde, something so crazy to me. It is called Cape Verde. I don't know if I'm wrong, but maybe somebody will tell all what is the right pronunciation, because I would like to know myself and be sure, because I know it as Cape Verde. Right? So they had to get their names right when they want to announce these things. I'm leaving it right there for now. So later. Okay. So Charles, call me after.
Okay, no problem. Thanks very much.
All right, good.
Yeah. 381315 or 2995156. You can give us a call. You know, I know there is a difference between Cabo Verde or Cape Verde, and what is the difference and why actually there's that kind of difference. How to find out? You know?
But we talk all that already, Sir Charles.
Yeah, I just can't remember what we talk. Because I can't know what is Cabo and what is Cape. You know, I think let me see, I could pull it up here so I can avail myself for it so I don't make that mistake again. Right. So Cabo Verde is the country's official name in Portuguese, which is the national language. Cape Verde is the English translation of it. All right.
Yeah.
So if this is like Charles and Carlos in Spanish, you know? Yeah, yeah. So that's what's going on there, you know. So Cabo Verde is the Portuguese name of it, but the English translation of it is Cape Verde. Okay, or Cape Verde, whichever way you want to say. So now you know. Now you know. Francis Stone, good morning.
Morning, gentlemen. Listen. So Charles, you took the words out of my mouth, man.
Oh, sorry about that.
That can't really miss you, you know. I like a lot of the football backstories, you know.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things in the game coming that they had won between Japan and Brazil, it will not be as an easy game as it might appear to people who might be supporters of Brazil like myself. The last time Brazil and Japan met, the Japanese actually came from behind 2 goals down to beat the Brazilians 3-2. But then that was in a warm-up game, so the Brazilians more likely to up the game, and they are available at the time, you know, so that I expect a fairly competitive game today.
Yeah.
One of the things, even though a lot of people might kind of write off Brazil, they bring a particular kind of flair to the game that very few countries could bring to a World Cup. So that I look forward to that. Now, I'll make a prediction and say that Brazil will win by a margin of 1 goal, because I really expect them to up the game. You know, now, one of the things that that I like to do is look at the backstories of the World Cup, because a family of football playing nations, and it's such an enjoyable event. The Japanese goalkeeper is half Japanese and half African. I don't know where his
Ghanaian.
The African parent come from.
Ghanaian.
But he's a Ghanaian. Right?
Yeah.
But he has been the subject of a lot of racial innuendo from the Japanese population. Because
I didn't see that. I saw you type that earlier on, but I've never heard that though. When did that happen?
Yeah, if you look on Facebook, you will see. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I was surprised because Naomi Osaka is very loved in Japan, and she's of a similar mix, you know. But sometimes, you know, I like to ask myself the question, what people get out of those sorts of positions there, you know? How does that benefit them as individuals when they raise these sort of things, you know? There's a similar issue with Bastian Schweinsteiger, I think that's the pronunciation, a former German star who criticized the African teams and said that they play in African football. And I would like to know what that meant. No, I think he was trying to suggest, based on the discussion, that at times the African teams show a certain degree of a lack of professionalism because they lose the concentration And you could have seen it yesterday with South Africa. But to label it as African football rather than actually discuss the technical flaws that might be demonstrated in the African teams at that level, could be kind of questionable. Now, to deal with our situation, I think we lost an opportunity with Dwight York to keep him in the job and bring that same level of professionalism to our soccer, not only at the level of the national team, but he has the experience of going through an academy in Aston Villa at the age of 15, 16, which kind of helped his development and brought him to a professional level. And I think that he would have been able to spread that type of process within our system, because that is where we lack in. If you look at our players, you have to look at with a really critical eye. Most of them have certain flaws in how we control the ball that would make us lose split seconds in terms of how our play might be evolving and developing. Now, if you have one person or a few with those weaknesses, those with the strengths in terms of ball control, will sort of neutralize the deficiencies in the field. But when you have a whole team with those deficiencies, then it is very glaring when you put them up against another team that doesn't have those deficiencies. And that's one of the main weaknesses in Trinidad and Tobago football.
Yeah.
I'll point it out to a man like I think Wedell might have some idea of the game. Look at a Trinidadian player who controls the ball when it comes to him. When the ball is in front of him, he will normally have to adjust to make a pass. In other teams, you will see when they control the ball, they don't control it up under the foot, but they'll control it in a position where they could react to it immediately after they control it. So if they go into the left, when they control it, it will go to the left and they will move to the left one time. They don't have to take it from under the foot, right up under the foot, and put it to the left and then move to the left. And just that split second, if you multiply that across the team, you will see how we have difficulty in keeping possession of the ball, because right now the game has evolved into what you call a kind of pressing approach, where people defending a team will be up on you within a split second, and therefore you need to react quickly. And I just want to put in a pitch from my boy here. What the World Cup is lacking, even though I'm enjoying it immensely, I have nostalgia for R9. R9 being Ronaldo Nazario, the Brazilian superstar who graced the whole of football 20 years ago. Who scored 2 in the final last time Brazil won, a brace, and who the fact that you see all strikers wearing the jersey 9 now is because that's the jersey that he wore when he played. Prior to that, most forwards would embrace number 10, which is the jersey that Pele wore, And even though a lot of people like Cristiano Ronaldo, who wears the number 7, you don't see CR7 jerseys, but you see R9. When they pick a team now, and they say, well, who's the striker? The question is, who is playing number 9? And that is as a result of that Brazilian genius. I will leave it there for the moment.
Yeah.
Enjoy the gentlemen.
Yeah. Very interesting observation there.
Trinidad and Tobago, that World Cup, it had a double. It's somewhat now 48, it had to be 90-16 before we could make a World Cup again.
We're expand the arm.
Yeah.
Hey, watch me. Don't let me able to say Trinidad will be there.
Panama and Curacao. We not able. We are able. Sorry to say.
But look, Haiti make it. Haiti
exactly.
Not Tobago can make it.
Just watch how these teams playing football. I ain't seen nothing near coming to that.
All that Haiti. What do you tell Haiti that's train in Haiti, or they train in somewhere else? With all that happening,
yeah.
with all that happening in Haiti and all the destabilization and everything that's going on and all the unrest and the gang warfare and the poverty and everything, and look where Haiti is. So now, Captain Ron.
Yeah, good morning again, gentlemen. I just wanted to call and help Zina with the name pronunciation. It's pronounced as Cape Verde. All these other names, big time language from what they were under Portugal or whoever, Belgium or whatever. But the pronunciation is Cape Verde today. All right, not Cape Verde, but Cape Verde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Captain Ron. Yeah. Yeah.
So Charles, I sent in the group chat. I sent in the group chat this guy here. Apparently there was a murder yesterday over the weekend, and he was murdered. I don't know his name. They have an article on Facebook with pictures, but they don't have his name. Apparently he was stabbed to death, and they held some 25-year-old female for his man. But I don't know his name. I just remember him. We interviewed him a time. He used to be on radio. He used to hang around radio at one time. And I think he got himself in a spot of bother too at one time. He used to be jumping from the politics now. He was a jumper. But I'm now seeing he died. He was murdered.
I don't know.
I sent the article with his picture in the chat. But as I say, there's no name to it. You know? Who remember him, boy?
Oh, yeah.
I sent it to a few people and asking what was his name. I just can't remember his name, but he used to be Bipower 102. Reese. That is his name. What Reese? Norris, how you know who I'm talking about, boy?
What Norris said my name was Reese?
Yes.
Reese was
I think I remember something with his name is Reese. But they don't have his name in the article. Yeah, but he was apparently a murder victim over the weekend here.
All right. I don't know. Maybe we can source it. Final caller here. Caller, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Wendell.
Morning, Raymond.
Morning.
Wendell, Charles.
Raymond, you have a fan or something blowing in the phone?
Do you think that based on the situation with the 1%ers, as a result of what is happening to them, do you think they should pack up their businesses, close down, and move to another Caribbean country?
No.
You could poll that and find out.
Yeah, we'll poll that.
I voted no one time.
We will poll that. Now, do you? We can ask if do you think or do you? Yeah, I'll poll it. I'll come up with a poll for it.
Yeah, but that was we come up with a poll for it.
Yeah, because there's sometimes when people are hurting, they would have to use extreme measures to cool yourself sometimes, because if you're persecuting somebody and you have nothing against them and they contributing immensely to your GDP and whatnot, and you name these things. You don't think there comes a time when that thought would go through their mind?
I would imagine yes.
Yeah.
I would imagine yes.
Very much,
simple answer to that is yes. I would imagine that they would think, it's not worth it staying around here.
But that is providing that you have an entire community that is being persecuted. That there is no indication of that.
Well, an entire community was singled out. They may not all be persecuted, but an entire community was singled out.
When it comes to blue collar crime, there are a whole lot of people that's been singled out also. Not everybody.
Yeah.
And it very well might have some people within the group who might be very well aware of certain things. I'm very happy that certain things happening.
Yes, Sir Charles, except that, well, you saw that community got special mention and special warning, advance warning, eh? Not so?
I don't know if I see it the way only see it. So I kind of on the outskirts of that argument. I don't. Just as I am.
You don't agree that they got advance warning?
I don't agree that an entire community is being singled out. I know that in every community there are bad eggs in between there, and I'm hearing bad eggs. Or they beware. Are they stop what they're doing or fall in line? Or if not, they have a place for you in Rockers Island. And yeah, well, we had to leave it there for today, people. Before we go, let me just remind you all of the cruise that is coming up on the 15th of August. And we would like you all to come and support us. But hey, come and just hang out online with us. The 15th of August, bring your entire team, right? Bring everybody. Organize your team from now. Raymond, Mr. Grant, all there. Organize all your crew. And we're going on Lime on the 15th. Come and hang out with the breakfast team. You know, Wendell, Richard, myself, we will be there and of course all our DJs and presenters will be there to entertain. You know, we have some good DJs, I can tell you that. You know, so you have music right up to the max. Your tickets are in the stores right now. It's just $200 and they are moving. So get your tickets early. That is why we call them early bird. Right? So go and check out Rumbox. Talk to Wendell. Go and check out the people at Crosby's in St. James.
Norris now send the article for me. Let me just quickly. Businessman Gregory Reese.
Oh, Gregory Reese.
Yes.
Right.
You remember him?
Yes, I remember him.
Yes, he used to be by our radio station hanging out.
Yeah, Gregory. I remember Gregory.
Yes, he actually used to do a program with somebody, I can't remember. Was charged in August 2017 with 4 counts of uttering forged valuable securities and 2 counts of obtaining over TT 1.4 million by false pretenses. The charges stemmed from an incident where he allegedly deposited fraudulent checks drawn on the account of the Arima Borough Corporation, I remember that, into his business account at FCB. Tragically, the case was permanently closed when Reese was fatally stabbed during an altercation at an apartment in Woodford Gardens this month in June. I'm saying the guy looked familiar, you know.
Yeah,
Gregory Reese. That is so condolences to his family. You know, I had interactions with him on something. I always found him a little curious. That's all I say.
That's a good word for it, curious.
Yeah, he was always a curious person. You know? Oh my word! Condolences to his family. I think they said a 25-year-old female has been arrested in that matter.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, condolences to his family, and I'm sure we get more information as we go along. All right. Yeah. So as we are closing, and I was telling you guys, people, make sure you go and get your tickets because we want you on board. And also, you can check out Bobby's Bar in Currap Fats International Arena and K-Squared Fashions. They are C3 Center in San Fernando. I went down there over the weekend. It's a beautiful mall down there.
Which one? C3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there once. It's very nice and big.
Yeah. The only thing that they can't compete with so much places in town is parking. But other than that, it's nice.
But there are more parking than Gulf City, if I'm not mistaken. There are plenty space. You can park in one part of the mall and walk. You gotta walk. See, people don't like to walk.
Oh, okay.
People don't like to walk. That is the problem.
Yeah.
Anyway, so have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember to let go and let go.
All right. So until tomorrow, people, take care of yourself. This has been
The Breakfast Show.
Get up. It's the time to start the day. The Breakfast Show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Good vibes rolling through the air. The Breakfast Show